Happy Sunday, boys.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
What's going on? My favorite part of the week.
See everybody.
Who would have thought that Sundays would be like my favorite part of the week? Sundays suck because you got to work the next day, but at least we ended on a good note.
Yeah, and then we got the case of the moon days.
Then you got moon days, which blow, and then we look forward to Tuesday nights.
Yeah, this is exciting, right, guys? Sure. Somebody that's got some history to the Halloween series here are going to be with us in a little bit. That's great.
Yeah, you should be joining us in about 20 minutes. Talk to him about Halloween 2 development, the game he's developing, and My Bloody Valentine game, Silent Night, Deadly Night. And for those that don't know who Anthony Masi is, he's got an extremely long history with the Halloween franchise. Yeah, going back to working with Trankus, running the Halloween movies website for I think 7 years. So, helped co-organize the first Halloween 25 years of terror convention. So a very long history with the Halloween franchise. And I'm looking forward to chatting with him.
I can't forget because in high school I used to go on the internet and check out the Myers Museum.
That was my favorite. I'm gonna say, why you got to bring the Myers Museum back? That was my favorite thing of the website was the Myers Museum.
Yeah, that's
always looking for the dirt on the Halloween series.
Yeah, that documentary is one of my favorite of all times. The 25th, man, that's one of the first major ones. It's amazing. It's my favorite.
Yeah. He's also on the I've got it here. The one that was on Biography Channel. He was interviewed for that one too.
Oh yeah.
The backstory, I think they called it, right?
Yeah, you're right. Something like that. Yeah, he did one on the Hellraiser franchise. I saw that one. That one was pretty cool. He's done a bunch of work.
He's on this one.
A lot. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So
he does magic shows too. He's a magician too. He does a lot of magic shows.
That's awesome.
I had to take it out of that Myers house, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, that is cool. Oh, that's MB and my daughter. They say hello.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you, ladies?
I forget now. Is Sky's the older one or the younger one?
Yeah, she's the older one. Yeah,
older one. Okay, because I was gonna say happy birthday, but it was your younger. You just turned 13.
Yeah, they're making making cupcakes or something right now, so I can smell it. It's delicious. It's like banana bread. It smells great.
And Sky just had prom, right? If I'm correct, right?
Yeah, she just had prom, and then she's like an IB, like this special extracurricular stuff for the smart kids apparently. So they had a thing this past weekend, so it was real cool. Nice. Really proud dad moment. So I couldn't be any happier. So my baby's growing up. She's graduating high school. I'm getting old.
We had some busy messages going back and forth with our collection stuff this week, huh?
Dude, we're supposed to be saving.
Too gung ho.
I think so. I think we got a pre H45 syndrome or something. Like we're supposed to be saving, and we're going crazy.
I told Pat, I'm like, I'm going to save some of the other pictures for next week.
And I purposely avoided the creepy company rugs because I didn't want to spend a $100 on 2 rugs. So and they always have those. Even if they run out of them right now, they'll bring them back. They always do. So,
and I think Chicago Boogeyman had them because Creepy Co's based out of Chicago. So
yeah, Brian, I saw he already posted that he got them. I figured as much, but I'm just like,
he's
bought some other stuff. I'll hold off.
And they take up a lot of space. Like I'm like, if I'm gonna buy a rug, I'm gonna step on it. Yeah, I'm gonna step on it.
I got 2 right here just for like filler. But yeah, and my big thing is I won't let the dogs down here because I see one of them taking a piss or a shit on them.
I know.
They're not allowed down here. The puppies.
Right on Michael's face.
That's why my dogs aren't down here. That's right. Can't do that. Ain't gonna do it.
Ain't gonna do it.
Well, without further ado, we're going to do a quick beer review. We want to make sure we get some of the other earlier stuff out of the way before Anthony jumps on. And we'll do a quick beer review because I am a little parched. And there we go. And my beer of the week, let me bring mine up here, is Strawberry Blonde.
Oh, I've had that. That's good.
I was going to say you might have because it's the company is out of Big Muddy Brewing. It said it was somewhere in Illinois.
Yeah, nice.
James Morant, hi.
Got the USC colorway going on. I like that.
So I'm like, it sounds interesting. I've been doing a lot of IPAs. I'm like, this sounds a little interesting. I always like strawberry blondes, even though my wife's a dark redhead. But
that's a good
give it a shot and see how it is.
outside beer.
Looks refreshing. Looks very
And
good.
Anthony just sent me a message. He said he will be on at 20 after.
Cool.
That's
awesome.
beautiful, man.
So that is what I will be pouring and refreshing myself with. And Brady will be. And Brady found something super cool. If you guys know Brady.
Oh my God! It's called the Stallion, the Italian Pilsner. Yeah.
How awesome is that?
Man. It looks very light.
It was the funniest thing in the world. Instead of 2 boxing gloves, it's 2 hops.
Hey, that's awesome. That looks very light and refreshing, my guy. Looks good.
Pilsner. Yeah.
Pilsner. Yep.
I said it in the message to you guys. If this stuff is still available closer to age 45, I'm just gonna do like a pre-shipment to California.
Just send it over there beforehand.
Hey, James.
That's a little bit closer. It looks pretty.
Let me see.
That
Hold on
reminds
one
me-
second. Let me see. Okay, there we go.
You know what that reminds me of? Do y'all remember those Brisk commercials? The lemon tea, Brisk iced tea.
Oh yeah,
That's
Yeah.
Brisk, baby.
Yeah, that's Brisk, baby. That's what that looks like. That's
Yeah.
cool.
dude, it's good. Yeah, if you've had Italian style pilsners, this is definitely it's right up there. Good stuff. Pilsners.
Cool. So that is what we're partaking in. And unfortunately, Joe's still on medication, so he's not.
Yeah, I got that good old Ozarka water. Staying hydrated, but it's okay in due time.
No, that's great. No, in due time. I should be on the wagon myself, but this is the time of year which is extremely hard for me because it's nice weather.
Do
Doing
you
yard
drink
work.
Hint waters, Joe? Well, that's like the big thing at our house. We have Hint waters.
No, I haven't. What is it? I have never tried
Fruit
it.
infused waters? They have them down there. I'm sure they're everywhere now.
Yeah, never. I don't know. We never really got into that. MB's very picky about our water, so it's pretty much just like Ozarka, and then like
Wow,
pretty
this is good.
We go
This
through a
is
lot
really
of water
good.
in this house, though. A lot of water. We go through a
Same
lot.
here.
Yeah,
Same
we
here.
hit up. Do y'all have Costco up north?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Costco's.
Yeah, we're Costco or whores.
We did the Sam's Club because that's really close to the Costco. We'd have to go a little bit further. But, if you have Sam's Club, Costco, they're
It's the
close.
same. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, same thing. Same difference.
So we're going to run through our new additions to our collection because in about 10 minutes, Anthony Masi is going to jump on with us. And we're going to talk horror board games, especially that H2 one he's working on. So that's going to be super cool. So Freddie did pick this up for me. I told him I picked it up because I found it. And I think you're going to keep it and put one together, right? So I finally got one in the collection,
Nice.
the puzzle. I was actually there looking for the shirt that Brett had, and they didn't have the shirt, but they had one of these left. And look what I got.
Yes.
Look at that bag. Good.
I had to go out and get it after Joe had it. I said, "Oh God, let me go check." And they have some more, so if people need them, they're on the Trick or Treat website.
Dude, look at that. Look at that. That is
It's
just
so
beautiful.
awesome. And I went this one step further and got the matching wallet.
Yes. I love the packaging. I love the packaging on it, man. It's so cool.
I like the way it snaps and it looks like a TV. How awesome is that?
Oh my God, that snaps. Oh, that's a
Yeah, it snaps, so it looks just like TV dials.
Oh, that's so awesome.
You imagine just going up to Tom Atkins or something, and when you're paying for the autograph, and you pull that wallet out with your cash in it.
Dude, you're like
Oh,
diehard.
awesome.
Hey,
And
James.
I got this simply because I didn't have it in the collection. It's at the bottom of my ranking list, and I got it extremely cheap. A Resurrection one sheet.
Hey.
Hey, how about that?
It was there, and I was looking at it. I'm like, wow, they're like giving this away because nobody probably wants it.
It's
So
not
I'm like,
a
you know
bad
what?
poster.
The poster's good. Yeah, and honestly, it's probably the only one I didn't have. So I was like, you know what? Let me just get it. Honestly, with shipping, it was like $18.
That's dirt cheap, man.
That's why I got it. I'm like, I gotta
It's
get
in-
it for that.
It's in great condition too. Look at it.
Yeah,
It looks
perfect
great.
condition, folded just like they used to. So I'm just gonna keep it with the Resurrection press kit I have. That's all. And that's the
Wow.
stuff I got this week.
Amazing.
And we'll go in order from what I have up here. So there's Brett.
So I saw this online and I didn't even know it's a custom, right?
It is a custom, and the guy is they're getting up there in price.
Hey, Joseph.
It's taken a good month and a half to get these things built. But yeah, I created my own box set of what it was, and it's very nice. I will say it's cool. They have it up in the background.
Dude, that is killer, man. That is cool. Great quality too. And
Yeah. I
the
think it's
house looks
Mr.'s
worn.
Mr. Zombie Shop. So
Man.
yeah, once it showed up, I was like,
Zombo?
oh God, the guys will love this thing. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
that
awesome.
looks-
That came out nice.
I love it.
James Moran says, "Do you guys think Cape Fear 1991 is a horror movie or a thriller?"
Thriller.
It's definitely a thriller. In my opinion,
Yeah.
it's definitely a thriller.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
very
horror
good movie,
thriller.
though.
Oh, great movie. Yeah. Remember
Yeah.
when we did that was on all of our lists when we did our top 5 actors
Remakes.
who did it better than the original.
Oh yeah, that's
And we
right.
said De Niro knocked it out of the park. He was number
Hey,
one on my list.
Max Cady, man, that
Max
character
Cady.
was bad, boy. He like counselor.
Counselor, that's right.
That's right.
Juliette Lewis and
Oh, so good.
Did we
Jessica
get a
Lange,
name
right?
change? Did we get a name change? Did we?
Well, no, maybe because you probably caught a different segment that we did, maybe like the book club or whatever. So, but this is the main. This is the main.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know.
unless you found some old content from the previous podcast we did, maybe.
Could be.
perhaps.
Could be.
Perhaps.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I got that for a nice discounted rate. The H2O trick or treat.
H2O.
Tell me that doesn't look. The packaging is phenomenal. I don't
Packaging
care.
good.
That is great. Look at that.
Part
You
of
got
my
that-
glares. That's in my office at work. So
That is so cool.
1 second, guys. Hold on a second.
That stuff is
Oh.
amazing.
And see, is there anything else that Brett has? 1 second.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm planning to get that signed by Chris Durand at age 45. That's the goal.
You are an animal. That's awesome. I love it.
And of course, I bought those from Halloween Daily News since he had a discount code. Got a good price on those. I felt.
I love those too. Those are great.
You guys
reaction
probably
figures.
already have those. I never bought them.
Yeah, I
those
bought
are
them when they
great.
first came out. Yeah.
Yeah, those are great, man. Love them. They're up there with me. They're my favorites. They're great.
Yeah, they're nostalgic for me. I love those old figures, like those reaction figures.
I think they're made
yeah.
better now because that first set of the first Halloween reaction figures, like I had 2 different ones, and the plastic came off, and the figures are loose now.
Oh yeah, I have the original one, and it's all torn to crap.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna buy another one. Hell no.
That is Brady's acquisitions for this week, and
Hey,
these
there you go.
are Big Joe's.
So the 30th anniversary commemorative set. I know you guys have that. I was super excited to find one for a good price. So good old eBay.
Yeah, I
through with
love this set with the little mask. It's awesome.
It looks good in any collection. This is compliments of my lovely MB. Halloween 2 Steelbook. I just love
Nice.
that. He's coming out from the explosion. Super cool. I'm glad to have that.
Yeah, this is one of the nicer covers. I like that.
Yeah, then of course the Mezco figure that just came out. This bad boy was a lot smaller than I thought it was. When I got it, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" It's like a mini
Yeah.
version.
Yep, I think I mentioned it when I showed mine. I was like, wow, I'm surprised. The
It's-
packaging is definitely smaller.
It's smaller than the first one.
Yes.
Yes,
Whoop, I want to
absolutely.
jump the gun.
That's okay. So yeah, it's still in the plastic, and okay. So these I was excited to get because I mean, if we ever get around to doing part of these on the book club, I have them on board and I'm ready to read them and be ready for the book club.
And
man.
they're both on Audible. So if you want to listen to them.
Yes. So I figured these are good to get at a reasonable price. So in the event that we do some episodes for the book club, I'm ready for you guys. So and then these are always fun. Anytime you find some playing cards.
Yeah, these things are awesome little playing cards.
Yeah.
Super cheap, $8-9, and throw them in the collection. Why the hell not?
Oh, Joseph, we search high and low for this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We're always looking at hot topics in my mouth. Halloween 4 shirt, just go online. Who has the Halloween 4 shirts? Is it Fright Rags? Or Gutter Garbs?
Gutter Garbs.
Gutter
Gutter Garbs got a
Garbs.
good line of 4s.
Dang, who has a good H4? I
Maybe
have an
Terra
H4.
Threads does too.
Terra
Yeah,
Threads
Terra
probably
Threads is
too.
good. Oh, I'm forgetting one. I don't think Fright Rags has it. I think.
Creepy Colors might. No, Creepy Colors stopped Halloween, didn't
Just
they? or
Google it. Halloween 4,
Yeah,
t-shirt.
I can find out there, Joseph, because I've got a really good H4 shirt that I wore when I had a photo op with Danielle, and it's a high quality shirt. I can't remember where I got it from, but it's real cool. Man, and then so y'all know I love reaction figures, so I couldn't say no to these two from They Live.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
these are awesome.
The
They
male
came out with
alien.
those?
Yeah, man, they're better in person. Like they're super cool because it's black and white, and it just looks so cool. It says submit and obey on them. Check these out. Super simple. They come with cool little accessories. Look at that. So these are super cool. So I think that's all I got
They need to come out with the one with the two aliens having sex so they could be naked.
And it just says on the package, "What's wrong, baby?"
What's wrong, baby?
Yeah, what's wrong, baby?
Yeah, so that is our new stuff for our collection for this week. So, and we're scheduled right on time, about 3 minutes. Anthony Masi should be jumping on. Yeah. I'm super psyched about I'm a little disappointed because those that ordered the Halloween game from Trick or Treat Studios that they pushed it to September, October?
Yeah.
I think they pushed it to closer to the holiday of Halloween.
Did they? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. So I'm a little disappointed about that because I got two, so I can open one up and we can play it live. So we will be playing it live. And depending on what Anthony tells about H2 when it's supposed to be coming out and whatever, I'm gonna get two of those too, because I'm definitely gonna be opening up one. And it was nice going over top 5 board games because I love board games. Growing up as a kid, when we were kids, my cousins came over every weekend, and that's all we did was play board games. I mean, eventually, of course, we got like Atari and the first Sega, the first Nintendo, all that stuff. But we always played board games.
It was August. I just brought up the email. It was August. It was supposed to come out. Now it's September. So
September. That's not too bad. I just have a funny feeling it might be delayed a little bit further.
Yeah, it's funny how they get all the pre-order money and then there's going to be a delay. Like, okay, you could have told us before that.
We got all the cash. It's okay. We're earning interest on your cash while we just delay it.
Maybe they're busy with all the exclusive H45 merchandise.
Yes, exactly. They needed some extra fundage, so they just did
is the playoffs still going on?
Yes.
We're smack dab in the middle of it, man.
But Joseph's staying with us. Look at that.
Yeah, Joe, my son's all upset that the Lakers are down 3-0. I'm like,
dude,
that's not a surprise. The Lakers are playing over their heads.
I am livid, man. I'm so disappointed right now. It's a sad day for Laker fans. But everybody has that hope that they're gonna come back and win 4 games straight. Yeah, right. In your dreams.
No, you want to put 50 bucks on it, you might do pretty well.
Yeah, not against this team. This team is too polished. They're too good.
Oh yeah.
And who is it? Who's playing? It's the Celtics and the Heat. That's the finals.
That's the Eastern.
Yeah, and then the
Western
West
is LA and Denver.
Yeah,
gotcha.
The Nuggets got their ticket, man. They're going to the finals, and I'm picking them to be champs. That's my pick.
Where I grew up in Northern New Jersey, basketball wasn't big because back then it was the New Jersey Nets, and the Nets kind of always blew. And everybody paid more attention to the Devils because the Devils always did good. So everybody paid more attention to the Devils.
Yeah. Hey, the Devils.
You guys should know. We were spoiled around here at my childhood.
Oh, you kidding me?
Exactly. Are you kidding me? We lived up in Boston for the past 25 years.
It's like the 90s were all Bulls, man. All Bulls 24/7.
Dominating as hell.
Dominating. The 80s was like Celtics, Lakers. 90s was all Bulls.
Oh, don't forget those Pistons. Those guys, they tried to hurt the Bulls before the Bulls got really good.
Yeah. They just weren't as mainstream. The Bulls were straight like Beatles. You know what I'm saying? Like straight mainstream hot ticket items, man. They're the best.
Yeah, best. Great memories, man. Great memories.
There was for those that joined us. Actually, I'll leave that to later because it looks like Anthony is ready to jump on. So our special guest this week is Anthony Masi. And hey, Anthony, what's up?
Hey, that was fast. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Thanks for coming on.
Guys, so nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, believe me, as you can see from the background, we're big Halloween collectors.
You'd never know it. Well, me too. Look at my shit.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
So when I saw that you were involved in this H2 game, because I did see that you did the My Bloody Valentine and Silent Night, Deadly Night, which we want to talk about too. I was like, I got to reach out to him and find out what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, happy to. I'm talking games every day now, so I love it. I fell into it, and I love Halloween so much. So Halloween 2 is one of my favorite movies. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah,
we were talking about. So I was telling everybody the story history because I'm older. And I go back to 1980 when I first saw Halloween, and Brett too. Well, he's not as old as me. I don't want to age him, but we were talking about our love in the 90s of the Myers Museum.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Myers Museum. Wow.
Mm-hmm. We're like, oh God, he's got to bring the Myers Museum back. Yeah.
High school, I'd go on the internet to check it out. 1997, 98, 99.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I obsessed over that. Well, I'm so glad. Well, it's funny. I know a lot of people from the website. I mean, and I didn't know any Halloween fans back when I designed the site. I was working a day job and I wanted to learn HTML programming. So I bought a book on HTML programming and I just went home and I'm like, well, I got to program a site. And I had all this Halloween like memorabilia, like you guys, nothing like you guys. I had a good collection, but the stuff I collected was like from around the world. I loved all of the artwork of the Japanese Halloween poster and the Czech Halloween poster. And so I had all this stuff and I thought, well, I'm just going to put pictures of my Halloween stuff while you have to learn. And I was hand typing the code back then. You don't have to do that anymore. And so I just started to draw a following on my site. And so that's how the Myers Museum got started. It was just out of wanting to create content, I seem to be stuck. Or am I getting stuck here and there?
A little bit.
You're okay.
You're okay. Your voice
I think you're good.
Your voice is staying perfect. You're freezing a little bit here and there, but that's okay.
All right. I'm doing it on purpose, actually. No, wouldn't it be funny if I'd be like in the middle of a sentence, like, but that's how it got started. I'm so glad you remember it.
I have to look for it. Somewhere in when I moved back 17 years ago to this house, I think I was talking to you. I had the tapes that you put out. I think you probably did one of the first Halloween videos where you were visiting all the Halloween sites. That was back in 2000.
Yes. So that was my friend Dave. Now, Dave was a Halloween fan that I had met in New Jersey when I was living in Jersey. That's when I was mostly running the site. And he got into video taping and editing and all that stuff. And so he said, hey, could I sell these tapes on your site? And I was like, sure, why not? And so he called it Orange Grove Videos. And I have them. I have them right over here and I found them during quarantine. I was in my garage and I was looking around and I'm like, and I had an old entertainment center for a TV and everything. And I had shoved them all in there and they've been in my garage for 10 years. And I opened them up and I went, there they are. And I was like, God damn. And I pulled them out and I popped them in and they still work. And those were my friend Dave's. So he would sell them. He would sell them on the site. I never made a dime. But yeah, so I did the artwork for them and everything, but they were great. They were a lot of fun. And I think they were probably the first of its kind. There were probably other people doing similar stuff, but we were one of the first, I think.
I think so. Yeah. Cause back then, the internet was not necessarily in its infancy. I would say it was like a toddler at that point. So it really wasn't too much Halloween content, but that's the earliest one I remember. And then I remember coming one day and I was like, oh, let me go see what's going on in the Myers Museum.
Yeah.
And it was gone.
Sorry about
why?
That.
Tell everybody why. I mean, hey, I would have.
Well, it was a good reason, but I really shouldn't have shut it down. I was very hasty about it, which was weird because it was a couple of years of my life where I obsessed over that site. But I got hired to run the official site. So instead, what I did was I couldn't run both of them. I just didn't feel like it would make any sense. And so I literally I didn't delete everything, but stuff got deleted. So I don't really know what I did. I was just so excited to move over to the original site. So yeah. And so if you go to the Wayback Machine, you can type in and find all kinds of stuff. I mean, I found reviews from Russellville. My friend Matt Russell wrote all these reviews. Back then I never met him and he was this young kid. I had no idea how young he was. He came across as so professional and everything. And old stories and all the updates and the old puzzles and all that's on the Wayback Machine.
So the Wayback Machines, yeah, I got to go back. I got to go check that out because it'll probably blow the cobwebs out of my head from all the stuff I used to look at. And it would be funny because my wife would always look over my shoulder. It was either me looking for Halloween content or I'm a big Kiss fan or looking for Kiss stuff. She'd be like, oh, it's Halloween tonight, huh? Yeah.
You're on the Halloween message board. We had that time too during
message board. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we started the message board. Now, I wasn't on it a lot because I felt I don't know. I just more wanted to read what everybody was saying. But now here's the thing. I had met so many people from my website and then the message board. And then we did the Halloween convention, the 25th anniversary convention. And and all these people from the museum and the message board came to the convention. And I finally started meeting people in person. And it was really cool. That was really cool. Every time I turned around, I was meeting somebody that I had emailed 20 times, that was a really, really fun weekend. And I got hired to work for Trancas at that time. So I worked for Trancas Films for 7 years, running their website. I produced a whole bunch of stuff, commentaries and bonus features. And I was at the office. I didn't work out of the office. I worked from home, but I was at the office enough. I wouldn't say frequently, but I was there enough to like hear things in the background. Mustafa I was great. I was talking to Mustafa like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? It was just great to like small talk with him, because I think we all know him as like, the king of Halloween. And he says the same thing every time in every interview,
Yeah.
So it was just neat to like, just sort of, chit chat a little bit. And Malik was working in the smaller office. Now he's in the big office. But yeah, it was just a really fun time in my life. And I couldn't believe it. And, when I lived in New Jersey running Myers Museum, I never thought that I'd be anywhere in California, but, and let alone working on the Halloween franchise in various ways. So it was a really, really fun time, but one of the best times of my life working for them and doing the Halloween stuff. So this game is just an extension of like, oh my God, I get to do a Halloween game now. So I'm so excited.
That's so cool.
Where were you located in New Jersey, if you don't mind? Because I'm originally from New Jersey. I'm in northeastern Pennsylvania now.
Oh, wow. I lived in Lake Hiawatha. Do you know where that is?
Off of Route 80.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And so that's where I lived for a long time. And then I just got tired and said, there's nothing for me left here in Jersey. I just kind of felt, what am I going to do? And I feel like I'm a very creative person. So I was going to move to New York, Boston, and I have a twin brother who moved to San Diego for a job, and I went to come visit him. And I got off the plane and the airport here. Have you guys been to LA?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I came off the plane in Burbank Airport, and the wind was like this balmy. I was like, what am I doing living in New Jersey? Like literally, I was like, I have to move. And so that's what prompted the whole thing. And I lived in San Diego for 5 years before I went to LA, and I organized the whole Halloween convention from San Diego. So yeah, that's really big. And I had a job then, and I was just like, would call in sick and be like, oh, I'm sick today. And I'd be driving up to LA to go to like Joe Wolf's office. And then I'd drive to the Hilton. And like, I would just lie my way. I'd be like, I'm sick. I can't come in. It was just, I was crazy. But
you're on stage at age 25 and Mustafa Khan, you're on stage with him and you're getting your calls. You're like, I can't come to work on Monday.
Oh my God. I would like leave work to go home to do something. Like I was being very brazen about it, because I was like, oh, when am I going to leave this crappy job? And like, but that's what you do when you're younger, and
yeah, you were living the dream, man. You were living the dream.
I guess so.
Can you believe it was 20 years ago, that convention? I'm one of the guys that was there.
Somebody said that to me the other day. I just could not believe it. Like, how has it been 20 years? Because back then, saying 25 years was a long time. It's been 25 years, and now it's like, it's just so surreal. And you think like, well, where's all the time gone? And I'm still such a fan. Like I still love the Halloween movies so much. And I thought that was going to go away. I thought it was going to be like, well, I don't know. Now that you've
so did my wife.
Well, and judging by the stuff behind you, like clearly it's just getting worse. That's what's happening.
It's just worse. Oh yeah, it's worse.
Yeah. Every week there's something else.
No, it's good to see.
That's what it was like for me. And so my husband and I, we had an apartment in New Jersey, and every time I'd get a poster, I'd put it on the wall, and then and so all my collection was just on the wall. And one day we had a treadmill in our living room, and one time he looked around, he's like, I've counted 7 butcher knives on the wall. He's like, you need to start taking this stuff down, because that's where my collection was. You don't want to get like a new poster and put it in the closet. You want to display it. Mm-hmm. So in many ways, I'm very envious, but I have my own man cave here, and I have enough stuff out. So like, I'm still, I like to see stuff. Walk around and see my stuff. Absolutely. It's a great mask collection you have, Patrick.
Oh, thanks. And it goes all the way around the room. Well, it started back here, and then every time my wife comes down, she's like, okay, now you're there. Now it's over there. Now it's over here. And now she just doesn't even come down here. She's like, I don't want to even look at it anymore. I'm not going to.
No, it's good to see that you have that passion. It's good to see that you still have all that passion. For me, collecting and being a fan of all this and you've had so much to do with the franchise. It's real cool to see, man. It's real cool.
Yeah, well, a lot of people from what I've heard is, because I've kept in touch with a lot of people. Once you have kids, it's kind of hard to keep when you're interested in horror movies, because you have to be very cautious about. Do you guys, any of you have kids, and has that affected you guys?
Two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an 8-9-year-old. They can't wait to watch it, and I like, yeah, not anytime soon, buddy.
Yeah, I have an 18-year-old who is just about to graduate, and she thinks I'm the biggest loser because I love all this. She's like, you're a loser. Go to your room.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Well, Joe, you do what I do. I tell my kids this stuff. You'll be able to sell this stuff and make a lot of money. When I'm gone.
Yeah, that's it. I said, oh, you guys got to make out big when Daddy kicks the bucket when you start selling all this stuff.
Because it's just getting bigger.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, I totally agree with that. I had a huge collection, and I bought a house in 2009. And buying a house in LA in 2009, I mean, it's really expensive. So I sold my collection as part of our down payment to buy the house, because I figured, well, I can hold on to all this stuff, or I can buy a house. And it raised. I made like maybe $8,500 on the stuff that I had. Wasn't bad. Nowadays, it probably would have been twice that.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
I had
similar situation.
Stuff I can't believe I sold. I'm like, why did I? But I mean, I was very focused, and I'm like, and the market was crashing. It was a great time to buy a house, and so I just said, I closed and every time, and I sold everything on eBay. It took me weeks to take pictures. eBay is not easy. And I didn't want to sell everything in one lot. I figured I'll make more money if I piecemeal it. And so every time I'd wrap up a poster or a figurine or something, a press book or something, I'd be like, the person getting this is going to appreciate it the same way I did when I bought it.
Yes.
And so that helped. And I would just kind of put it in the mail and hope and wish it goodbye,
I might even have some of it for all you know.
For all you know, you might.
You probably do. I see stuff that I used to own. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite piece that you kept? Obviously, we don't need to. You can just say what it was. I don't know if you.
Well, I have an original press book. Where is it? It's somewhere. Where the hell is it? It's right over here. It's you have to. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen this before, but it's an original press book of Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Who's signed by?
The thing about it is, it's got PJ Souls autograph, John Carpenter,
Hey,
Jamie Lee, and Mustafa on it.
Oh, nice,
man.
Is that it? Oh, and Nancy Loomis signed it. And the thing about this one is that it's in really good condition. The ones that I've seen are like in crappy condition, but this is, I wouldn't say mint, but I kept that because I just loved it.
That is amazing.
I've kept a couple things. I had some Polaroids, like continuity shots from Halloween 2. 4 Polaroids that I sold during the pandemic. Just feeling like cleaning things out, and I don't know. I just sold them, and I'm but that's something I let go. I probably shouldn't have let go, but no, I really did sell mostly everything.
Majority of it, yeah.
That's cool. I'm glad you showed that. Thank you for. That's cool.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Yeah.
Super cool.
I do have one, and it is actually mint, but it's not signed. And the story goes, I bought it off this guy that I don't know if they inherited all this stuff from somebody that collected movies or had a theater at the time. And I bought a Halloween 2 35mm trailer off of him on eBay.
Oh my God.
And then afterwards he hits me. He said, "Hey, you interested in Halloween stuff?" I said, "Yeah. What do you got?" And he sends me pictures of like press books and like H2 press kit and all this rare stuff. And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, just give me some prices." And I don't know where the guy is now because I'll probably shoot himself in the head. But the press book, it's in mint condition. I bought it probably, Jesus, how many years ago was that? A good while ago for like $15-20.
What? Wow.
I was like, I'll take it all. Don't put it up on eBay. I said, I'll take it all. Press the H2 press kit, like mint condition, all the stuff in it and everything for like $25.
Wow. That's insane. It's so funny. Yeah. The thing I learned about collecting is it's just paper. Like a poster, it's just paper, but there's a value that we put on it.
Sure.
It's so weird. We assign value to things, and I love that.
Yeah. Or as my wife says, when I get a new figure, do you get another doll? No, it's a figure.
Pat, your wife just needs to find the Atari game, the Halloween Atari game. She'll be fine.
Yeah. When she goes to look up the cost of the Atari game when I drop dead, she'll be like, "All right, well, he wasn't such an asshole." Did you ever have that, Anthony?
Yeah. Did you have an Atari game?
I never did. No, I didn't.
It's
Yeah, that's like the grail for everybody these days. And unfortunately, I got one. But here's a question: so, how did you get involved in doing board games? I
Good
love
question.
board games. I grew up with them, and when
Yep,
I saw the
we love 'em.
games, and then when I saw that you were doing H2, I told the boys, I said, "Oh, we got to get Anthony on because not only is this awesome that he's doing a Halloween board game, and he did 2 other cool horror games, and with
Yeah.
his history with the Halloween franchise, I said it'd be perfect." So, how did you get involved in doing board games?
Well, what happened was I'm involved with the producers of the Silent Night Deadly Night movie remake. So
Ah,
Oh, okay.
they had taken Scott and Dennis. I could talk about them for hours. I'll summarize it by saying they made the first movie, sold it to TriStar Pictures, and then immediately got cut out of it. Like they didn't make any money. I mean, just a little. They made a little bit of money, but they were never on set. And then they never participated in any of the sequels, never saw a dime, and they just kind of got cut out. They got screwed, right? It's a classic story.
Classic story. Yep.
Yeah. And so it took them years and years and years and years and years to get the rights back. Well, during the pandemic, I got connected with them because I am a producer, and I connected with them, and I had lunch with them with masks, in a restaurant, far away. And we managed to partner. And because Scott got the rights back to Silent Night Deadly Night, finally, there were a lot of partners, and he made sure that he went to an attorney to get a chain of title documented, and he does have the rights. And so we were talking about merchandising, and one of the items that was mentioned was some kind of game, like a game. But I was like saying like ornaments, of course, wrapping paper, of course, that kind of stuff. Like the costume, the axe, all that stuff. And so, but when I hung up the phone, I was thinking, I think I could create a game. And so I am also a magician. So about 10,
That's right.
5-10%. I'm sorry?
I forgot I was going to bring it up because I saw some of the stuff that he had posted.
Yeah.
You want one of the things, like almost like not American Idol or one
Oh,
of the
no.
America's Got Talent or one of those.
Oh no, we lost Pat. Oh, you're back now.
No,
You're back now.
My son's back and he's draining my internet, so I was afraid of that.
Sorry,
He's back
you're
from college.
You're back now. You're
So
back.
if I do disappear, it's because the internet vampire is back from college and he's upstairs and draining my
Of
internet.
course.
But weren't you on like America's Got Talent? One of those you tried out and you did the magician show?
I did. I tried out for America's Got Talent. I made it to the I was never on TV, but in the audition rounds, I made it to the finals, and they did call me, but I never made it on the show. I did perform on Fool Us, Penn and Teller's Fool Us. I was on there.
Oh yeah, I
So,
love that show. That show's amazing.
Awesome. Well, I did a trick that I thought would fool them. I didn't, but I got an email from Teller the next day that said, Penn and I both loved your magic trick, and you and Penn's kids were in the audience, and I was their favorite magician of the night. And I thought, very cool. That made my day. I got to hang out with them. It was really fun. It was just, a guy like me, I'm a close-up magician. I've performed in big venues, but when you're in Vegas on a stage with Penn and Teller, and it's like, it's not usually where I'm not usually on a big stage. I'm usually like at the Magic Castle where there's like 20 people crammed in a room watching you do. And that's just equally as hard because, you've got like literally no one's talking and all the focus is on you and you've got to deceive them. So it's equally as stressful, but it was a different way. But the reason I bring it up is I'm a magician. So I build tricks. I build magic. I build wonderments, right? There's an idea of like, how do I create a sense of wonderment? I'm not doing real magic, but it has to feel that way. And it's got to be something that leaves people with a, wow, like wonderment. Like, an old magician friend of mine used to say that the heart craves magic, meaning you don't go through life searching for the mundane. You go through life wanting those moments of, like, that's why we love movies. You want those moments of wonderment, magic, and you want your breath taken away. And so I think me being a magician, designing magic tricks, I've written instructions to how to perform magic tricks, which
oh wow,
think about when you do a board game, like with the Halloween 2, like this is the game guide to the Halloween 2 game. I had to write instructions for it. I had the skills to do it because I wrote instructions for magic tricks for years, which is not easy, and so I think me being a magician combined with just being a creative person and all that, I wanted to design a board game. And I drew a rectangle on my computer and I started designing something in my head, and I researched, I watched endless YouTube videos on board game design. because I'd never done it before, but I loved board games. And I tried to create something that was fun, that didn't take a lot of time to set up, didn't take a lot of time to play, and really just gave horror fans that slasher love, because that's my genre, so it's like, so Silent Night, Deadly Night was a labor of love. It came pretty quickly, and the key to good board game design is testing. You really want to make sure you test. So I would invite friends over and feed them pasta and watch them play the game and be like, did you have fun? And every time we play tested it, it got better. And so that's how it started. And then we put it on Kickstarter and it made a lot of money. I mean, it didn't make $1 million, but it was successful. And then I did My Bloody Valentine. We found the licensor for My Bloody Valentine, and over a weekend they signed an agreement, and then we did My Bloody Valentine, and then we got the license to Halloween 2. So that's how it began, just like, like in a succinct explanation. And they're a lot of fun. And, you're nervous. Like when the Kickstarter launched, it was exciting. When the money came in, it was exciting. When we started shipping, it was exciting. When I got really nervous is when people got the games and they started playing them. And I went, oh my God, now we're going to.
You want to hear good things. Sure.
Yeah.
Right. And all I got was positive response. I was just thrilled by it. And so we have another game coming, which I can't mention right now. But the contract is signed. It's another big franchise title. I guess I could say that. But we're doing some different things to it that is going to just make the current Stop the Killer kind of series more fun in different ways. So I'm very excited to where it's going. I have a booth at Midsummer Scream, Los Angeles. I'm sorry. The Long Beach Convention Center at the end of July. And so we're going to be selling games, announcing a few things and stuff. So it's turning into a company. So I'm happy to have you guys have me on here to sort of talk about it, because it really is a company now. Like before it was like, well, we did Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now we're going to do My Bloody Valentine. I mean, the games look really good. I mean, the box for My Bloody Valentine, Fright Rags, is our partner in this, and I can't underestimate their importance. Their graphics make everything look amazing. Their artists over there are so incredible. So Stop the Killer is a partnership between Masi Media, my company, and Fright Rags, which is Ben Scriven's company. We're just having fun together. We're just having fun and creating cool shit that we know all of us guys and girls like. That's really all it is. And honestly, I'm the games. So
there couldn't have been 3 movies better to start off something like that, because they're just all great in their own right. They're so iconic, and man, they're so good. Dang.
Yeah. I agree. Like whoever knew there'd be a My Bloody Valentine game. Let me tell you, my good friend Nate Reagan, who is going to be working in a more official capacity in the Stop the Killer game, came up with this idea. He said, well, you can't have a Harry Warden game piece that doesn't light up, and so we put a light.
Oh man.
Wow, look at him. Yeah.
Playing the game, he's lit up, and it activates by this little heart, and it's got a magnet, and it turns on and off when you put it up to the light. So it goes
on. Oh wow.
Wow. And so I'm like, he says
the light is a great touch. That's awesome.
Right. Now that was an add-on. The game comes with a non-lit version, but that's like, hey, if you're a My Bloody Valentine fan, My Bloody Valentine, you'll pick that up, But I think what's driving the company is it's not cash grabs. It's really like, we really want it to be great. We want you to take My Bloody Valentine out every Valentine's Day. You can play it completely by yourself. You can put 1 to 4 players. So if you have 1 or 2 or 3 partners, you could play it. And it doesn't take long to set up. And it's part of your, what do you do on Valentine's Day? You watch My Bloody Valentine, and then go to dinner, and then what? Maybe you'll have a lot of fun, but this could be part of your fun, and it won't take up too much time. So that's the idea.
Games are common when you get families together for the holidays and stuff. At least my families.
Yeah, same here.
The best thing about board games, and we were having this discussion about it, is whenever collectors buy board games, you can't just buy one. You got to buy 2, because you have one that you got to keep.
Got to open one up.
You got to open one up, and you got to keep one hidden.
That's true.
So newsflash,
the Halloween 2 campaign.
There'll be 6 of them sold here.
right, exactly. Well, thank you. For the Halloween 2 board game, there's 3 levels, so you can buy 1 game, 2 game, or 3 games. That's it. But yeah, I'm expecting a lot of people to buy one and keep one, and a lot of people did that for the other campaigns because you just want to preserve it. One person said, "I know I'm going to wear my game out." Well, I play test all these games all the time. I for the next, I was just about to say it, but I'm not going to. For the next game, I was play testing like 8 times today. I was doing editing and exporting, and I had all this dead time. So it's play testing. Like, you can't really wear out a board game, but if that's what you want to tell yourself to buy a second game, I'm okay with that. So,
yeah, whatever it takes.
Yeah, pieces get broken maybe, but
Here's Gabriel, one of our fellow collectors out in California, and he's count him in for 2.
Oh, cool.
That's
Thank you, Gabriel.
That's right.
The game, do you want to see a little bit of the game? I can show you some of the
whatever you can show us.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right, here's the thing. Not all of the artwork has been officially approved, and the campaign launches, it's supposed to launch June 1st, and we maybe a couple days later, but this coming week we should be able to approve everything. But that you have seen the box. I don't know if you've seen the box. That's the front.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
That's the back. It's going to have a great collage of.
look at that.
Oh wow,
that's
nice.
cool.
I'm covering this because I can't show what's here. But like it looks amazing. I've showed you the game guide. There's like, how am I going to show you in here? It tells you about the kill spinner. There's a kill spinner, which I'll show you. There's a fact page. These are some game components. It's just, it's a small instruction. I want people. So here's the thing. You read your objective and then quick setup and how to play. If you just read these 2 pages, you're done. You know how to play the game. It's not difficult. I have games. Oh my God, my friend has the Shining game, and he's like, I never play it. He's like, every time I take it out to play that game, it's like, takes me 20 minutes just to figure out how to play it, and then in 3 hours to play it. I don't like those kinds of games. There's no scoring either. That's another thing about our games is I don't like scoring. I don't like to go through all this stuff, and then it's like, okay, hold on while I add everything. Oh, I have 3 points more than you. I win. There isn't a moment like and I think that's the magician in me. It's like whenever a magic trick lands and that magic moment happens, everyone goes, oh my God, or there's a elevated reaction. Here it's like points don't have that, so my sensibility in games is to create that final moment, and we use a kill spinner. Now this is really retro and basic, but it's really fun. But like at the end when you're fighting with Michael, you've got this kill spinner. So you finally collected your weapon, avoided the obstacles, you've survived enough, you land into space, and it all comes down to a flick on the kill spinner. If when you flick it, it either says you're still fighting,
And again,
or Michael kills you, or you kill Michael and you win. It sounds simplistic, and there are exceptions, and you can block a kill and all that stuff, but everyone's watching the spinner. Like that's the moment. It's like a magic trick. It's like flick, and everyone's like, and you remember, you're all doing the same thing. You're all like, if the 4 of us were playing, we're trying to stop Michael from reaching the hospital and killing Laurie Strode. So you're all on my side and I'm all on your side. So we're not competing against each other. We're all kind of in it together.
Working together in a way, right?
Oh wow, cool.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of fun. There's different pathways around the board. So Michael is going around the board, and we've offered different levels. So this is his pathway for level 1. And if you're playing on the one side of the board, the stock side or the kill side, you get artwork for both of those. There's levels 2 and 3. Let me show you the board. Where is it? The board is amazing. I mean, Fright Rags, I have yet to meet them all in person, and I hope to soon. But like the board looks amazing. It's let me move my microphone here. That's the stock side. Like, look at this is Michael putting the knife down in the desk.
Dude,
Is that a
nice.
sheriff bracket badge in there?
dude.
There's a badge. There's an Officer Hunt badge. Or,
Officer Hunt. Okay.
Just really cool artwork. And then here's the kill side, which is showing Michael. And so on one side, he's stalking Haddonfield on the way to the hospital. On the other side, he's in the hospital doing his famous kills.
Dude.
And it's
Nice.
you just put this out. You put Michael here. All of you start here, and you try to stop him from reaching a destination. It sounds simple, but it's not easy, and it's just so much fun. I mean, I'm not boasting. I'm just saying, like, I wanted to just create. This is what I wanted to create. You know?
Our friend Gabriel said, "Take my money now."
Did you
Thank you,
have
Gabriel.
a heads up about Trick or Treat Studios doing one for the first movie as you were working on this, or was that kind of like a surprise when that all came up for you?
No, I mean, I assumed. I mean, there are Trick or Treat Studios. I'm a fan. You know, I've met Chris a couple of times. I flew out to meet Chris in Louisiana, New Orleans, to talk about a specific project years ago. So I mean, I flew there to meet him. That was like my purpose of the trip. I didn't know it was coming, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, I know that they do everything Halloween. I think they might have been surprised if they saw we were doing Halloween too. But I mean, that's okay. It's great, and I love the
exciting.
fact
2 games.
Yeah.
board games are here, and people, you know, they want to put their phones down. That's the truth. That they just want to do something else except staring at their phones. I've had many people tell me that, and so I have 2 more games lined up. I have a different game. It's a card game for Candyman. This is a prototype, but it's not a board game, but it's just like it's these bees that it's an edge matching game, and you know, you're matching all these bees together. It's not for, this is the prototype, so this is not it, but this is the latest Candyman logo.
Yeah.
You basically create a honeycomb as you're looking in the mirror. So you look in the mirror and you build this honeycomb around it, and Candyman is showing up while you're building this honeycomb. And if he shows up 5 times, you lose, because that's what it is, right? You say his name 5 times.
That's cool.
So I'm trying to create games that feel like the movies and give us horror fans, you know, what we're looking for, you know, which is just more ways to experience the movies. My company, Stop the Killer, also did a book on My Bloody Valentine, a novel.
Dude,
this is not just a tie-in novel. This is it feels like QVC, but I'm so happy about all this stuff.
Dude, this is amazing. We're good.
Shit, hey, you're looking at horror fans that collect. Show us all.
Yeah, my friend Armando wrote this insane novel on the movie and created new characters, brought in all the deleted scenes, and worked closely with George Mahalka, who's the director of My Bloody Valentine, to make this book amazing. And it sold out. And now he's also doing a novel on Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is, I read the first half of the book, and I'm telling you, like, you know, Grandpa, you guys are friends?
Grandpa,
yes. Yes.
You're not going to believe what Grandpa does in this book. I'm like,
he's even creepier than in the movie.
I was laughing so hard. I had to I was crying. I was laughing. So I'm like, he took Grandpa and gave everybody this amazing Grandpa. Mother Superior is off her rocker. And like, he's not just writing tie-ins, he's creating this like new experience for these movies. And I think that's what's going to drive the passion in this company, is like, it's not just, you know, like a game. Like, I'll do a Candyman game, whatever. We want to make sure it's right. You know, we want to make sure it's going to be satisfying, you know.
You're literally speaking to what we do, because we even have another page where we do a book club. So we just started a book club, and you don't understand how awesome this is right now. This news is amazing to us.
Yeah, we do a Halloween book club where we've been going through each novel.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to explore a Halloween 2 novel, and I know there has been one, but you can do another one. It's been so many years.
Choose your own adventure, Halloween 2.
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
And who knows, we might be able to read those books, those new books you just mentioned, and maybe have them on one of our episodes. We love this stuff. I'm telling you.
You should get Armando. You should bring Armando, who wrote this book. I mean, you should bring him on your show. He has like he has read hundreds of movie tie-in novels. I've been to his place. I've seen the shelf. What he did to My Bloody, when I don't want to exaggerate, and I hope I don't sound like that. What he did in this novel was jaw-dropping. Like, how did you do this? And he wrote it in 3 months. I couldn't believe what he did. I was like amazed at what he did. And so Silent Night, Deadly Night is the same thing. And so he's just so tuned in, and he's a huge slasher fan. He texted me about a week ago, like 1 o'clock in the morning. He's like, I'm watching Mother's Day. It's fucking brilliant. I'm like, Mother's Day is brilliant. I just was like, he's the level of slasher fan, and like, you know, he's the right person to be writing these books. And so So yeah, I love the idea of like a game and then maybe a novel to go with it. It seems to be going that way so far. So
They would
That's what
go
we're doing on
great.
this channel. Yeah, we're doing. We started a Halloween. What we're calling that Halloween movie book club. So we read the first novelization and talked about each 5 chapters and did it. Then we just finished up H2, and now in next week, or not this week, the following week, we're starting H3, and we're gonna go all the way through. And then we figure once we finish the Halloween novelizations, let's go on to some more horror ones. So this would be perfect.
Yeah, we love comparing. We love seeing what things would have been cool to be added in the movie if they did, or what things weren't included. Just discussing all the differences compared to the movies, which makes it fun.
Yeah. I mean, do you know My Bloody Valentine well, or are you?
Oh yeah,
we did a watch along on it.
We did a watch along. Yeah.
Remember the character of Mabel? She gets killed in Mabel's laundrette.
A laundrette?
Yes. Dryer. Yeah. You won't think of Mabel the same way. Like he really takes every character. That's another thing is like My Bloody Valentine has a huge cast. There's so many people in it. And he managed to give everyone a backstory. There's different, he's given some of them relationships. I don't know how he did it. I mean, that's the skill in, being a writer, is making it feel real and taking it seriously. At no time does he poke fun at, the subject matter. He puts it on a pedestal and gives it its justice, and with George kind of being there next to him, not physically, George is in Canada, but, working very closely with them. I mean, they would have 5-hour Zooms with each other, talking about the deleted scenes and where the camera would have been and all that stuff. That was the thought that went into it. And he's doing the same thing with, Silent Night, Deadly Night. So, Stop the Killer is a board game company, but we now sell books. So it's like, we're the publishing company too. Publishing business.
No, those go great together. I can picture them both on the coffee table. Why not?
Yeah, you read the book and play the game. Like that's these are a couple of, again, I can't show you. There's a lot of likeness issues that we have to get approved, like all the characters. And we don't have all of that approval yet, but I can show you some of the cards are like, let me see the ones like the Shape Strikes, Advanced Michael, one space on the board. Nice. Let me see. There's one. You're late again. Lose a skull pumpkin. That kind of stuff. Michael slashed your tire. That kind of Michael slashed tire.
That's awesome.
They killed Ben Framer.
Yes.
Okay, here's one that there's a mustard and mayo card.
Oh God, that's great.
Oh my God.
It's just like so cheesy, you love it, but also so fun. You get a dice cup, it has the logo on it. There's 3 dice. One moves Michael, one moves you, one determines if you select a card. You get 3 different Michaels. You get the one with, the scalpel. You get the bloody eyes Michael. He has a butcher knife. You have some characters. I'll cover their faces, but like there's Nurse Jill and Dr. Exter.
Yeah, that is great.
And there's what they call a save badge, which says Officer Hunt on it, which saves you if Michael attacks you. You get the little skull pumpkin tokens. These serve a purpose in the game. There's all kinds of stuff. There's a poster that comes with the game. Which is basically to celebrates all the artwork that they did. So like here, I'll cover that part. But yeah, there's like a poster that comes.
Dude.
So it's such a fun celebration of Halloween 2. And there's little weapons, like there's a little hammer.
Yes.
There's a lighter, and yes, the lighter was a freaking weapon. Okay, it was a weapon.
Yes. It was a weapon.
Yes, caused an explosion. Yes.
There's a
Thank
little
Hunt for that
bag.
one.
There's a trick or treat bag that comes with it, so that you can
you
store all your
posted
game
that.
food. So that's a good sampling of the game. I hope people love it. That's my hope. We've been working on this since August, so I really hope people like it when it comes out.
You have a forecast, because I know you said the Kickstarter starts June 1st. Do you have any anticipation of when you think you'll get to the point where it'll be released?
Well, the game has been designed, and you can see I have a digital copy of it. So unlike the other games, I didn't have a digital copy until after our digital sample. It's basically there's just one of these in existence. So this was like $350. So you pay this factory to create an exact replica of your game. And the reason I did this was because I'm so excited about the trailer we're releasing for the Halloween 2 game, because we shot a commercial, we shot a 6-minute scene.
Okay. I was just thinking, because I saw the teaser one you already put out was real
Right.
good.
So we released that as like a little as a teaser, and it got a really great reception. But what people really don't know is that when you go to the Kickstarter on that day, you were going to see a 6-minute movie that takes place in a hospital, and Michael shows up and does this thing, and it feels like a scene that was cut out of the movie, and it shows the game in it, and the game serves a very important purpose. And I don't want to spill too much. I want you guys to love it. I want you guys to go in surprised and everything. But people aren't expecting it, and so you're going to be treated to a really nice little movie that my really good friend, like a brother, his name's Matt Russell, huge Halloween fan. You should bring him on your show too. He just knows everything Halloween. He pointed something out to me in the original Halloween that I didn't know a couple weeks ago.
What?
What is that?
And I don't know if I'm just like the last to know or whatever, but I finally got a 4K TV and a UHD player. So I'm buying all the Halloween movies and watching them, again, and experiencing them again for the first time. And if you guys know this, forgive me for sounding like I'm building this up, but my jaw was on. I could not believe he told me this. So, when Tommy's looking out the window and he sees the shape, standing in front of the lawn, you see Annie on the lawn. Did you know this? Annie is standing there playing around you see Annie in that scene.
Oh, in the corner. Yeah. Because she was supposed to be offset.
I didn't know this. Okay. I did not know this. And I'm like, I don't understand. I worked for Trancas for 7 years. I've been a fan my whole life. How did I not see this? And I'm standing in front of my TV, screaming like a little kid. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe this. But anyway, that's Matt. So Matt's a really good friend of mine, a great writer. And he said, why don't you do because the trailers to the other campaigns were to Silent Night, Deadly Night, and My Bloody Valentine were kind of put together in the final hours. It was like they were adequate, but so we wanted to do something a little better. Well, it turned into a 6-minute scene. So we're real excited for you guys to see it. Awesome. We hope that people think of it when they watch Halloween 2 and say, wow, this could have been like a whole deleted scene somehow, so and Matt did an incredible job. So yeah, we're putting our all into
not that you can give us specifics, but of course, we're collectors, so we're always watching our bottom line. Do you have a ballpark of what it might cost?
A ballpark of what? Oh, the game
cost when it comes out?
The game is $59, and what you get is, and I can't stress this enough, is we have these 2 expansion packs. And you get 8 more characters and 10 more cards with this expansion pack. And you get a trivia round with like a timer and everything. And you can only get these in the Kickstarter. So Fright Rags will sell, and so will Stop the Killer, my website, will sell the Halloween 2 game afterwards in like a flash sale, but it won't have the expansions. So the only place to get them is during the Kickstarter. And we had some leftover inventory for My Bloody Valentine, and I threw the expansions up on my website, and they just sold out. Because you get the game, you go, I don't need the expansions, and then you're like,
you think about it.
The trivia around now, and I want the characters. It's like I want it. I want Janet and Mrs. Elrod and all those people.
You got 3 Kickstarters right here.
Yeah, 3 Kickstarters. You're staring at them.
Hey, whatever it takes.
And by the way, the Trick or Treat Halloween game is $59, and so I was comforted to know that, we hit, there was the exact number that we had chosen. And, there's manufacturing costs, advertising, and all this stuff. You have to charge a certain amount to make your money back. But yeah, it's not like $100 game or anything like that. So.
Well, I know one thing, because we talked about Halloween 2 recently, the scene where Laurie falls out of the car and Michael appears at the red light. Joe, we're going to have to give you a little red light to put over the game PC. We know how much you like that scene.
That's my favorite scene in the whole franchise.
Isn't that great? Something about that scene is so amazing.
The look of it is just,
Like
we should create like an accessory. You just gave me an idea, Brett. Maybe we should create an accessory that like lights up and like a red light comes down onto the board. Or
I
something.
thought of it, Anthony,
dude.
because of the My Bloody Valentine light you had on there. And I'm like, wait
Yeah.
a minute, Joe's talking about that red light. He likes a lot.
So you
It's
don't
'cause
tell
it's-
me these things because I'll
Sorry,
go do
I'm
them.
done.
That's
Sorry.
my thing. It's like
Please.
now I'm going to be obsessed.
Because that
I
moment
don't
is-
talk too much. I gotta
when you
keep
showed
it down.
Hunt's lighter, I'm like, oh, and you're like, oh, and here's Hunt's lighter. I'm like, oh, tell me it works. Tell me it works.
No, it doesn't. And by the way, this is it looks silver, but it's not. It's basically when you purchase a digital sample, they give you like resin versions. So it's like a white plastic. But we were using this in the trailer, and we wanted it to look as accurate as possible. So I spray painted it, silver. But no, we're not going to make a real lighter.
It'll be yellow.
No, that's right.
Oh man,
So,
Crazy.
that is awesome.
Oh,
That
so
is so
of course we're super excited. That is awesome. And so are the Silent Night, Deadly Night, and My Bloody Valentine still available?
well, yes, they will be. So Stop the
They
Killer.
will be.
Well, the thing is you only order a certain amount. When you place your the Kickstarter is great because we know exactly how many games have been ordered, and then we order them. So, so for Silent Night, Deadly Night, and My Bloody Valentine, we ordered a little more just to have. You don't want to like, the freight cost. I mean, is like $6,000 to go from the factory. So every time you place an order, it's $6,000 just to get them here. So we ordered a couple hundred more of each. And so I'm making them available at Midsummer Scream at my booth at the end of July in Long Beach. And a couple weeks before, which is probably a month from now, we'll be doing like a flash sale to kind of like, hey, if you can't come to the convention, we'll have a limited supply, but they cost more. The thing about running a Kickstarter is you want to provide an incentive. So like if you buy the game Halloween 2, it's $59, and then you'll pay shipping and a separate transaction later when it comes time to ship it. But you'll get the game plus the expansions for $59. If you buy it later, you get it for $59 without the expansions, and you'll never be able to get the expansions. So like we want people we're providing an incentive, and we're thanking you for helping us. We can't do all of this. Another thing we did for the other games is we put all the backers' names in the instruction booklet, and it says, thank you to our backers. And if you look down, you'll find your name. So,
Oh, wow. Cool.
Kickstarter isn't just like a shopping place. It's you buy stuff, sure, but what you're doing is supporting the creators and helping them. Without the backers, they can't do what you're setting out to do. And we thought that's why we thought Kickstarter was the way to do it, because we thought, well, if you build it, they'll come. Will they support you was the question, and they did. So Silent Night, Deadly Night, I didn't realize how many fans there were of Silent Night, Deadly Night.
There's a bunch.
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah.
we did a watch along of it over Christmas.
Did you really?
On Tuesday nights we do a watch along.
I love the toy one. The toy maker, was that it?
Ira.
Well, I just know seeing all the old toys in that scene.
I know we were doing that. We were watching it back in December because we do watch alongs on Tuesday nights, and we're like, not even paying attention to what's going on. Like, wow, I had that. Oh my god, I wish I still had that.
You know how much
All
that
these old toys.
Transformer is right now?
Because we're collectors. We're like, it's like, oh my god, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Well, I could safely say that you're probably getting instant messages from all three of us later with our credit card information.
Yeah. Whatever it is you want, man. Whatever you want.
And so they can go to your website, right? Stopthekiller.com.
Yeah. All right. So here's the best thing. If you're watching and you want to not be left out, just go to stopthekiller.com, sign up for the mailing list, because we'll keep you updated and say our Kickstarter is launching on this day. Make sure you pledge during this time, because I'm not kidding. Me and Ben at Fright Rags, the expansion packs will never ever be available outside of the Kickstarter. So just make sure that you just get your pledge and make sure your credit card is up to date, because when we go to swipe it at the end of the window, you don't want to lose your pledge. But just that's how you'll make sure that you get it. And then when you are a backer of the campaign, we will send frequent updates that tell you. We'll show you pictures, and I'll send you pictures of the prototype, and we'll say the game's just left port, and we're going to have some fun goodies. We're going to do a behind the scenes with the cast and crew of the Kickstarter video, the 6-minute scene I'm telling you. So you get to meet the new actors. There is a character, I'll give you this as like a trivia, and you can think about it. There's a character in the movie Halloween 2 that is mentioned but isn't shown, and that character now has a face because we've cast an actor in that role, and now you'll be able to put always when you watch Halloween 2, you'll be able to put a face to this name that is mentioned. So we're really doing all. I mean, Matt, who wrote and directed it, really made an effort to tie it into the movie as much as possible, so that it becomes part of your Halloween 2 experience. So,
well, Gabriel's asking if you do the Kickstarter, are you eliminating one? Can he order 2 just so we can have a whole set of expansions extra?
Yeah, you were kind of cutting out there, but are you asking if he can order multiple copies?
Yes.
Yes, you can order 1 with expansions, 2 with expansions, or 3 with expansions. So you'll get 3.
Gotcha.
You'll get 3
Am I still cutting in and out with this internet? Because my son just walked by and I'm going to throw something at him to tell him to get off his computer. Yeah, he just came back this weekend.
Like metal fillings, and is there a radio nearby or anything like that? No.
Yeah, usually my internet's not so bad, but now he's going to be home till August, till he goes back to his senior year in college, which means that my internet's going to be like, it's going to be huffing and puffing because he just drains it with playing games with his friends.
Anthony,
that's awesome.
I've got a handful of these, and I've given each of these gentlemen these because I was there. I'm sure you have some of these antenna balls.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's mine. Mine sits on the desk.
Look at you guys.
Yeah, look, see, there's mine.
I got mine.
I'm the only one that doesn't have one. Damn.
There you go.
Yeah. No way. Oh my God, I can't believe that. Yeah. Do you know, oh my God, I handmade that in my apartment. I was cutting them out. I mean, seriously, this was like, it was like arts and crafts, that convention.
That's awesome.
I have that.
Wow. I messaged you a while back when we first became friends on Facebook. You with that documentary and that convention happening, being lucky enough for them to film me with getting my poster signed Mustafa was just so cool. So
I remember that.
Yeah, so cool. I was so thankful that you guys put that show on, and now look at what it's turned into.
Yeah, you know, I love the fact that they keep replicating it. You know, it's really cool. My original vision of it, the first convention was like 100 people like in a ballroom at a hotel watching the movie. You know, that's really it. But when the tickets started selling, I was like, well, we need to increase the space. And what I didn't tell people was that I had a breakdown during it, because the way that you get, I mean, I don't know what it's like now, but 20 years ago, the way that you got a convention center as your location for your event is you agree to book the hotels in the area. And there's a Hilton and a Sheraton. And I signed agreements with both hotels saying, if all the room blocks don't fill up, I will pay for them. I signed that agreement. And I remember driving back, I was having lunch with the Sheraton, and I remember they gave me this form. I just signed it. And I remember I was going back home, and I was like, I was driving in my little Kia, and I was driving back home, and I remember blanking out, like having a little breakdown in my car, because I went, oh my God, this is going to ruin my life. If people don't actually come to this, I've just ruined myself financially. So it was extremely stressful. Fortunately, it worked out. But there were moments where it was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And I think my saving grace was that I thought everybody in the Halloween world got along. I remember thinking, oh, Mustafa and Deborah. And I remember in my head thinking, oh, they must be friends. No, they weren't. And I learned very, very quickly after signing things that it was going to be extremely difficult to make this happen because of the animosity and all of that. And so I had moments where it was like, I can't believe I'm this stupid and that I'm going to ruin my That's really that's the truth. It looks like it all worked out great and everything, but it did work out great. But like when you're building it, you know, you're like, I'm in my living room cutting out, you know, Brett, your little silver thing, and I'm crying, going, what am I doing?
What have I done?
Well, yeah, look at you. That space is much smaller now. They got the big convention center just on the other side. Now it's
huge. Yeah,
it's huge.
Yeah.
Are you going to be there at age 45?
I'll probably buy a ticket. I mean, I'm not invited. I've been there. I sat next to PJ.
I thought I saw you at H40. You were there as a fan, right? I thought you came by as a fan.
I just bought a ticket. You know, like it's gotten away from me. And Malik asked me to do the 30th. And it had been 5 years, you know, since, and he said, "Hey, this was your baby." And I said, no, I was like, listen, you know, I was busy doing my own stuff, but I appreciated that he asked me. I'm sure if I had said yes, he would have let me. But he proactively called, like I didn't ask him, he called me, but you know, I figured I did it, and I learned so much from it. It was such a magical time that I didn't think anything could top it. And I wasn't interested in like money. Money is not a big motivator for me. I mean, it is, but I mean, I just wasn't like, oh, I'm going to clean up. I wasn't like that. I thought, no, I'm going to do other things. And I'm glad I did it that way. So I like to just go get a ticket with a friend and walk around and, and see people. Yeah. So
that's awesome.
No,
man.
I'm glad because we're all going. So
lookout.
yeah, look,
oh, cool. All right.
And
When I'm there, email me. We'll meet up. We'll have coffee. We'll
Definitely.
walk around and buy
Dude.
shit.
Hell yeah, that sounds like a plan.
That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. So what we do on our shows every week, I don't know what your time looks like. If you want to hang, we usually do different segments.
I have something to do afterwards, but I have a little time. Sure.
We do different segments. Like each week we'll have a subject, which you were the subject because we wanted to learn all about this, and it was awesome. We really appreciate it. And we usually do like a movie review. We do like a top 5. So we kind of tailored everything around what we talked to tonight. So we're doing a movie review of both Saturday Night Deadly Night and My Bloody Valentine, where we talk about things we liked and give it a score from 1 to 10. And you're welcome to join in. And
so it's
our top 5 board
movies?
games. Those 2.
Okay.
We kind of tailored it around what we were talking about. So we said, okay, let's do our top 5 board games after that too, because we're talking board games.
Sure.
So if you can hang out, you say if you got something to do, you just tell us and you can just bow out.
I do. I have to go. So what's happening is for this trailer, for this Halloween 2 6-minute trailer, we're getting it color mixed this week. So what I'm doing after this is driving a hard drive to my colorist. And if you can give me 1 second, I can look to see.
Or Pat, we can even ask Anthony. Maybe he wants to do what games he grew up like, and maybe were the inspirations he can do his top 5 or something.
Sure, because we were going to do our top 5. But if you had to pick 5 board games that are your favorites,
oh my god! See, all right. Here's the thing about me being a board gamer now is board games designed today are not like they were back in.
They're totally different.
They're much more layered and complex. And I've gone in. There's a place in Burbank called Geeky Tees. And you pay $5 and you go in and you take any game off the shelf and you can play 100 games, different games. So my friend Jeff and I go, and there was a game called Quarto that is one of my favorites right now. It's like a chess game, but so much more fun. I played the Jaws game from Funko, didn't like it. For some reason. It was just like, what the heck is this Jaws game?
Yes.
Yeah. But some of these like newer games, I'm finding like all this complexity and everything. So I still have a lot to learn. These games are being designed to feel retro, like as though Halloween 2, it's like as though the game came out in 1981. It might look slicker, but the method of play is more simplified, and it was deliberately designed that way. So yeah, I mean, I loved Clue. I mean, I have different versions of Clue, Monopoly, of course, but those games seem a little like dated now. I loved Pictionary when I was in college. Pictionary was like our thing. We played Pictionary all the time. I was a huge Pictionary fanatic. Obvious ones, I'm not going to name some obscure game. My friend Dave and I used to play online Clue. So when I first moved to San Diego, we found this, like you put the floppy disk in your computer and play Clue online. So we did that for months. So it was like every night we'd sit down at 6 o'clock and we'd play a game of Clue.
Makes me think of Oregon Trail. That's how I played Oregon Trail.
Good old floppy disk.
Oh my God. But yeah, but those are some like, I mean, Scrabble. I play Words with Friends all the time. I love. Yeah, I've never. The funny thing was, I was never a huge gamer, and I think that's what is interesting about like my interest in it is like I think I'm approaching it with like a naiveness. I'm telling you, like if the Halloween convention, I never would have done it if I had known how people didn't get along or how difficult it was going to be, if somebody had said to me, Anthony, this person doesn't like that person and this person hates this person and there's no way, I wouldn't have done it. And so I'm glad nobody told me. So I'm almost glad that I've designed a game and now I'm embarking on different types of games and the complexities and all that. I think that's an asset to my way of creating. But yeah, so
see, I'm a board gamer because I'm older than my counterparts, and I grew up on board games and I grew up on Atari. So my son is a big gamer. Even when he got his first Xbox One and all these, he's like, "Come on, Dad, come play." And he hands me this remote with 2 joysticks, like 10 buttons, and I'm like, "What am I going to do with this? Does this start my car? Does this make coffee?"
This is out of my league.
I go, "I want a stick and 1 button. What the hell is this?"
Right, exactly.
I go, I can't do this. That's why I never got into the games, because they just got progressively more. And when we would buy him games, and I'd see him like with a booklet this thick to read.
Exactly. Okay, so let me tell you. So my friend Jeff and I, right, my friend Jeff and I, we went to that Geeky Teas board game place. We went in. I brought My Bloody Valentine, the prototype, because we hadn't sold it yet, and it had come in, and I'm like, let's go play it. We played like 3 or 4 games. But the thing was, when we got there, these 2 guys came in, and I think like the new Avengers game came out or something. We were there for an hour and a half, and they were still reading the instruction booklet when we left. And we said to them, my friend Jeff, he's like, "Wow, that's a complicated game." And they're like, "Oh yeah." And I'm like, so think about this. It's Valentine's Day. You're with your love, you want to play this game. Do you really want to like sit there and for 45 minutes and learn how to play? No, you just want to set it up and play. That's the whole point. You want to. So yeah. So I'm learning and I watch tons and tons of YouTube videos on how if you type in any game, how to play any game on YouTube, you can find it. And that's such an asset as a designer. So yeah. So I'm trying to do a game for Terror Train.
Oh wow.
Ooh. Interesting.
I made contact with the licensor, and we've been talking and everything. And I want it to be a brand new, like you and your friends build a train car. Like the first phase is you build a train, you build like the theater train car, or the dining room, or the sleeping quarters, or whatever. And then the second phase is like, you have to survive the killers with different masks. And one of you is revealed to be a killer, and and so I have this very strong interest and desire to keep creating these experiences for movies that we all love, but if there's no other way to experience them, so this is, I think, where it's all coming from. Like people will be playing.
I'll be David Copperfield.
Right.
We need to see a Dawn of the Dead game. I could see that, where you got to go to the different stores to grab stuff.
Right in the mall.
I could do Dawn of the Dead for sure.
It's like
you could make that one happen.
Yeah, it's a very interactive way of enjoying these films that you grew up loving.
Great point, Joe.
Man, it's so good and interactive. You're like in the movie in a way.
Yeah,
so we were talking about the Monopoly too.
In Halloween,
Monopoly.
You get to battle Michael. You get to find him, track him down, and walk right up to him and battle him. How fun is that? I mean, somebody had said to me, considering my age, like, why do you like this? I asked my friend Nate this. I was like, why do I love all these figurines and games and stuff? And he said the perfect thing. He's like, because you didn't have them when you were a kid. And I thought that is exactly why I love them, because if there was a Halloween 2 board game, my mom would have bought it for me and I would have played it to death.
Oh, hell yeah.
So the fact that I have it now, it just makes me feel like, oh my God, I needed it. It's not like I bought the old Halloween 2 game on eBay no, there's a brand new one, but it feels like it came out, I think that's the honest answer. I didn't have this stuff. So
when you were showing your cards, it made us think a few weeks back, we were trying to create our own spaces. Remember that, guys?
We were doing like a Monopoly board, like a Halloween. And so we're like, okay, like,
that's how we're fans.
You kill Ben Tramer, go directly to jail. Do not pass go, that type of thing. And it's like, you could buy the Myers house. That would be one of the spaces.
The little Bucky's,
I saw that. I'm like, oh God, yeah.
We had the little Bucky helmet.
The Bucky helmet could be one of the
Bucky helmet. If you make another game, if it's H4, wow, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Ted Hollister. No.
Ted Hollister.
That's what's fun with these games is like, like one of the car. All right. So you know the whole the mustard and I know I showed you the mustard and mayo thing. So here's the card. It says ask another player. So it's the 4 of us are playing. So I go. So I say to Brett. I go. Just think about mustard or mayo. Don't say it out loud. Just think about it, and I will try to guess. So think of one now, right? So then it says make your guess. So I'm just gonna guess. You're thinking of mayo. Were you right or were you wrong? Am I wrong? So you were thinking of mustard.
Okay, so mayo's just so bizarre. That's all.
So it says, if you are wrong, move Michael forward 1 space because moving him forward is bad. Moving him back, and it's like little fun things like that. But it's like this card only exists in Halloween 2 because Mrs. Elrod is like
the mustard and mayo. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that's the thinking. So were you guys saying a little Bucky and a little like that's what we're doing? That's kind of like that's the point of all this is to make it so derivative.
Say it there, Pat. Yep. Don't play the Halloween shoe. Oh my god.
That Halloween shit was me.
Oh man, I love it.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll put it this way, as you can see, look right here. That right there. We did a watch along with Halloween 4 a few weeks back, and we all went out and bought helmets and put Bucky on them, and we wore them through the whole watch.
Yes.
So that's what you're dealing with here. So I apologize.
I love that so much.
Become the legend.
Do you guys know who Debbie Salt is in the Scream movies?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's you've seen the Scream movie? Just making sure you've maybe.
Oh yeah.
Right. So Laurie Metcalf's character is named Debbie Salt. So
she was a reporter, but she was actually the mother.
Yeah.
Right.
Billy Loomis's mom.
Billy Loomis's mom.
Billy Loomis's mom. Right. So I went out and bought a salt shaker and put salt in, and I did the same thing. I put stick-on letters that said Debbie. And it's in my kitchen, and it's my Debbie Salt. So I'm just as fucked up as you guys are. So.
Don't you? Yeah, you made it. Like, don't you love it? Like something that you made. Like, that's so cool, man.
I've had people over, and they're like, "Why does your salt shaker say Debbie on it?" And I'm like, "I love that you're asking me that."
That's great.
If you know, you know.
Did you like these? I hate to change something. Did you like these last 2 Scream movies? They were different, right?
I did. I really liked them.
I liked them both.
The last movie. Oh my god! 5 I thought was great. 6 I just thought it was so amazing. Yeah, I mean, we all have our little thing. Oh, this wasn't how I wanted it. Whatever. But yeah, I did. Did you guys like them?
I
just like the fast pace. I thought it was really
Yeah.
But that's where the people get surviving. That was the only problem I had. I think Pat
that was our biggest complaint.
Every knife stab is a flesh wound. It's like a flesh wound. Every knife stab is like
that's the only problem.
Yeah,
like it's like Last Action Hero. They're like in the movie, like nothing kills them. Like,
I get a paper cut and pass out. So yeah, a knife cut.
I see blood. I'm like, ah!
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
But this is great. So if you got to run, we don't want to hold you because you're busy. It's entirely.
I do have to run. I do have to run. Don't. I can come back on it when the trailer comes out. I'm going to bring me and my friend on and to talk about
absolutely.
And all that. I would love to come back on it.
Yeah, hit me up on the IM like I did. How I got in touch with you. Just hit me up and just say, hey, look, we're ready to do it. Absolutely. Make sure everybody checks out stopthekiller.com, and it launches June 1st. Correct.
Sign up for the mailing list.
Yes. Yeah. And if it's not June 1st, it'll be shortly after. It's just, we have to make sure everything's approved and we don't want to jump the gun or anything.
We'll be watching.
Very early June. So, well, cool.
Oh, guys, awesome. Definitely come back. And wait. When the board game comes out, we're playing it live. So we'll have to have you on.
Oh, wow. Cool. We'll all have the game. So, okay.
We'll have the game. We're all going to play it live.
Awesome. I would love, I've never done that. It would be amazing for me. So
yeah, it'd be great. We'll all sit there and we can just move everything and no cheating.
No
honor system.
Integrity. It's the honor system. Come on.
This is awesome, Anthony. It's great to have you on.
Yeah, thanks so much for taking the time. Everybody go check it out. And we'll be watching for it. It's going to be awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks again, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And we'll definitely be in touch. So hit me up.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care, Anthony.
Man, how cool was that?
That was awesome.
Damn.
Yeah, so I want the expansion kit. I want the expansion stuff.
Dude, he showed us so much from that. I wasn't expecting all that. That was great.
Yeah, that was a lot we saw,
Yeah, that was definitely a lot. That was awesome.
Very
Damn.
creative, very creative. I'm so excited. I'm sure it's like you guys too.
He has the passion, and he has, I think, the right mixture of the whole magician thing and all that, the tie-ins to the whole franchise. He's the right person for the job, man. Damn.
I was so super psyched to just talk about all the history with the Myers Museum and just all the great stuff, and because just as long storied history of all those. No, I mean, you've seen him on how many documentaries on all the on the Blu-rays, and some he's done, some he's actually produced. So it's just crazy stuff.
I think he worked on that Friday the 13th one, I think, too.
He did. Yeah, he did. Yeah. He did a bunch. There's a bunch of where he's a producer on, man. He's even directed some, man, like crazy.
Oh, that was fantastic.
I'll tell you what, though, the book tie-in was interesting to me too, man. Like that's another great opportunity in itself. Shit.
I'll reach out to him and say, why don't you send me info on his friend, was it Russell, the one that wrote the tie-ins? And say, look, why don't we have him on, let him promote the books? Because I'd be interested, especially as we were talking about going through all these different novelizations. Say, hey, we'll throw it on the list. And when we do the book club, you want to come on and talk about it, be our guest while we do our review.
Oh yeah, we can even buy some. We can buy 3 copies from him, or however we get our hands on them. You know,
Pat, I almost pissed myself when you said Eddie Lee. I'm like, oh god.
I was hoping he was going to jump and like say who it is. I was like, because I was trying to think. I'm like, whose name is mentioned, but you don't see. And I'm like, well, he definitely mentions Eddie Lee, and you don't see Eddie Lee.
Lori's parents? I don't know. Well, you see Lori's dad.
You see Lori's mother. So yeah, I don't know. Who else is mentioned in there, and you don't see that Eddie Lee was the first one. Can't you ask Eddie Lee? He's in Russellville.
Yeah, that's right. He's in Russellville.
Unless it's Paul from the first movie.
Well, Paul's not mentioned in H2. Not that I remember.
No, he's not. No,
he's not. No.
Oh.
I could only assume it would be Eddie Lee. I can't think of anybody else, really.
Yeah, that's the first person that came to my mind. I was trying, like, geez, who could it be?
Maybe somewhere around here gave him. No, never mind. I'm be quiet. That's from part 1. Stupid.
Or Nurse Jill's boyfriend that forced her to buy the car. Oh, that was in the book.
Oh, GK, we're going to be playing multiple. We're going to be playing the H2 game live. We're going to be playing the Halloween game from Trick or Treat Studios. We'll be playing that thing live too. Oh, there's your neighbor. They were popped in too.
Hey, what's up, brother? What's up, man? Thanks for joining us.
Awesome.
That's what he was going to say about the badge. I'm glad I had to find that last second. That's where I jumped out. I'm like, okay, we'll see what he says about this.
Yeah, I knew that would be a lot of fun. That's why when I saw that he was doing the game, I'm like, you know what? I got to get him on. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I actually did buy some stuff from him, which I forgot to even mention. And back during the pandemic when he did have his stuff up, because I'm friends with him on Facebook, I bought 1 or 2 things. I know I bought like an H2. I think I bought the Japanese program from him and something else I remember I got from him. And he threw a bunch of cool other free stuff. He threw some other extras in too. Super nice guy.
Yeah, when he said the Japanese stuff, I was wondering, I wonder he probably had some laser discs over time too, because remember Japanese laser discs, the covers are huge.
He had a nice collection that he had on that Myers Museum back in the day. He had a lot of good posters and press kits and stuff like that. So he had all that stuff. That's why I always wondered why he sold it, but he pretty much said why, that's why I actually was didn't want to interrupt, but I said I sort of had the similar situation when we were moving out of our apartment, and KISS got back together there in '96, and everything I had skyrocketed. So that's actually when I sold my collection off, and that was part of the down payment on my first house.
Hey, sometimes in life you gotta make the big adult decision. That's the best thing about the collecting thing, is it maintains its value, so it's there for you when you need it. That's right.
Yeah. So that was a super great segment with the great Anthony Masi. And moving down our reviews. So we got our new items, Anthony Masi, and now we're going to do our 2 movie reviews, which he didn't have enough time. That's why, which is fine. But we're going to do a dual review since we talked about both of these games, My Bloody Valentine and Silent Night, Deadly Night. So we are going to be doing our weekly movie review. Where the hell is my stuff here? So we will be doing, where the hell is all my stuff? I know I put up here. We can do My Bloody Valentine first.
Cool.
And who wants to go first? Because I don't know. I made this is what happens, people, when you get old. every time before the podcast from like I set an alarm that goes off at 7:00, which is, an hour before the podcast because I'm on Eastern time, to stop drinking any liquids so I won't have to pee. I'm not kidding. I do it all the time. And for some reason, I got to take a leak. So if anyone wants to start, I'm going to take a quick leak and I'll be right back.
Oh, that's cool.
So whoever wants to go first, go first.
Joe, you want to hit it, bud? I'm looking something up here really quick.
No, that's fine. I'll go. From my review of this movie isn't going to be that long, but man, My Bloody Valentine from 1981. Honestly, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I remember we did a watch along together not too long. How long ago was that, Brett? That watch along we did. Wasn't that long ago?
I think it was around Valentine's Day.
Was it around Valentine's Day? That's right. It was around Valentine's Day.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. But no, I remember we went back and rewatched it, and we actually the version that we watched was the unrated version. It was the scenes that were cut out from the original release.
Yes,
were added into to this one that we recently watched, and I remember the kills were brutal. The scene where that lady is in the dryer and she pops out and she's all burnt and nasty. That was cool.
Yeah.
The scene where he has that prop where it's like the fake miner. He keeps opening the door and he's laughing at it. And then the last time he opens the door, the freaking pickaxe goes straight into his jaw, into his eyeball.
Into his eyeball.
Dude, like the kills when they were added after the fact, they're real grainy and everything. The footage is all grainy and crappy added to it. It's super fun. That feature alone makes me love this movie even more from before.
I'm good.
And I think that uncut version should still be on HBO Max, I would assume.
Yeah, it's so if for those listening, if it's still on HBO, it's going to say My Bloody Valentine, but then it even has the uncut version. So uncut is the way to go, man.
Is the way to go.
Yeah, the ending was funny. I just cut to the ending where she grabs his hand and he's sawing off his arm.
Yeah,
it's like he's running away laughing, and the movie is just a trip.
Be my Valentine.
Be my Valentine. The movie's a trip. It's a classic. And for me, I give out sushi. So for me, My Bloody Valentine, I'm giving it 8 sushis out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
8 sushis.
You hit the nails on the head. That uncut version, the kills are, for 1981, they're pretty impressive, I thought.
Yeah. The practical effects are not bad. Especially when the one girl, he throws the girl on the pipe.
Yep.
And the water comes out. That's pretty damn good the way they did that.
Hell yeah.
The movie gives maybe the not the most attractive men life, because that Hollis guy is the ugliest man.
I'll be going bad. I will be revealing that in my review as well. Gives us men hope.
That guy with that French tickler. And God bless people, I know the actor's passed since then.
He's since passed, yep.
He's got the little
Fink. He's Fink from Meatballs.
Fink. Yeah, he's Fink. That's right. That's right.
It's left open. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It was left open. It's a very fun, dark movie. I'm going to give it 7.5. I'm going to go sushis too. We're taking something out of Joe's book. So, 7.5 sushis.
Yeah, the only thing. Never mind. I'm going to leave it alone. No, I almost said something. No, I'll tell you later after we get up there. Yeah.
Oh my God! Tuesday
watch along.
Yep. So for me, it's one of the ones I remember seeing the VHS cover back in the 80s. I used to go to the video store and I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this. I watched it. I loved it. It was it wasn't like it wasn't a rip-off of anything. It was like its own thing. They came up with a real cool story. Who would have thought to set it in a mine, like in a mining town, in a mine, and the whole story of why he's killing people.
Yeah,
is just it was interesting. It kept you wondering, and it's got some of the cheesy actors at the time. Like the sheriff is like this. It almost reminds me of like a.
Oh yeah, we were making fun of. You drove me nuts. What? He didn't have his shirt tucked in or something?
No, his tie was always tucked in.
His tie was always tucked in.
His tie was always. I'm like, does this dude ever get grungy? Like,
some cheesy actors and cheesy actors. Of course, it's in Canada, so it's all Canadian actors, and of course the great. I should have looked up his name. The guy Hollis, who was Fink in Meatballs, with the Raleigh Fingers mustache.
I must ask you a question.
Mustache. And the level of women he was getting gave me hope. I'm like, well, if he didn't get it, he must have something because maybe they like the chubby men.
He was the great Keith Knight. He was also in class of 1984.
Yes, he was. That's right.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a shame he passed away so young too. But it's a fun movie. A lot of. I mean, granted, the kills are even better now because now you see all the shit that they made them take out. Because all the extra stuff does really make it a much fuller, well-rounded movie. The story was great. The way it ended was great. The way they left it open. You always kind of waited for something. And actually, believe it or not, I watched it again last night. I put it on last night. I was sitting in the garage. And I'm like, let me review it. Just watch it again. So I did watch it again last night. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm right there. I think I'll give it 8 sushis.
Yeah. It's a classic. It's a cult classic. Damn it!
It's one of those movies that you can just always put on and watch, and you enjoy it.
That's right.
Oh, excuse me. Couldn't find the mute button.
Gesundheit.
Couldn't find the mute button. But I should probably tackle the remake again too. I know it wasn't as good, but yeah,
The remake, I actually like the remake. We should do a review of it. Maybe this Valentine's we'll watch the remake because we watched this one last year. Maybe this Valentine's coming up next year, we'll do the remake. I like the remake. Actually, it was just on Pluto today when I was flicking through. I saw it. It's like, there it is. The remake's always on.
You got some Halloween ties to it too, so in a way.
Yeah, for sure.
So I
don't hate it.
And that is our review of My Bloody Valentine, and we'll go right into Silent Night, Deadly Night. Since those are the two games that we were discussing. That
Little Billy.
Naughty.
Little Billy Rosewood. Oh, sorry, wrong movie.
He's like,
just tell it to call you Billy.
Billy.
So who would like to go?
I'll go first again. I'll go first again. No, okay. So this one, I love finding collectibles for this movie because there's not that many out there. Like, anything that has Silent Night, Deadly Night, I'm a freaking fan of, right? I just want to get that out the way. But this movie is so fun. I remember how, Santa Claus as a kid, I'll watch this and like Santa Claus is a killer. Like, it really freaked me out as a kid.
Yep.
Because I did not like Santa Claus after watching this movie because I thought he was bad. And I wasn't the best of kids. As we all know, what happens to bad kids? What does Santa Claus do?
Punish.
Yes, punish. So, no, the kills were fun. Honestly, the actor, he's actually coming to the Houston Horror Film Festival here in Houston, coming up here. So the guy who played the main guy, I'm gonna hopefully get to meet him for the first time. So I'm excited about that.
Cool.
But no, the movie was fun. I honestly, out of the two, I prefer My Bloody Valentine over this one. If I had to choose between the two, just because of the ending. The way he got shot and he just kind of died. And I was like,
his brother looks up.
Yeah, I was like, okay. I was like, but for the most part, I got to give this one a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10.
Very cool.
This movie, I hadn't seen it in so long when we did the watch along, right? And thing caught me. I'm like, I couldn't believe how many movies were in this movie.
There's a lot of nudity.
There's a lot of nudity. A lot of nudity and a lot of hairy man ass.
A lot of.
We got our Halloween tie-ins there, right? Don Shanks has a little uncredited role,
cameo.
He's a little cameo in that. Yeah,
that's right.
And isn't Barry Sims, or is that the second one?
That's the first one. The one with Linnea Quigley. That's her boyfriend. It's Barry Sims. Barry kicks ass.
That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah, you get to see a lot of trash. Now that kill. I forgot to mention that kill where the whole antlers and all that shit.
Yeah.
Amazing kill.
I like how the little Billy, he kind of evolves and with the nuns, and like we said, going back into the store and seeing all the old toys.
That was great. Iris.
Yeah. Oh my god. It just, for its time, for a Christmas movie or a horror Christmas movie, it didn't really have too many like that. I know there's the one that Pat grew up watching. It was in his neighborhood, or that was near where he grew up, but there wasn't too many movies like it for its time. So I enjoyed it. It's not long. It's 79 minutes. I think.
Yeah, it's a quick watch.
Short. Yeah, a lot of nudity in that short
minutes. You can get through it quick. It's it's aged, but what hasn't, right? We all do. But
yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 7 on this because it's fun. I dig it.
Not bad.
7.
I'm right there. I probably just go through it. Yeah, it's got a great storyline, and I definitely want to find out the more of the backstory that Anthony was talking about with the grandfather, because the grandfather was so creepy in the beginning. At the beginning, we just telling about Santa.
Right.
He won't talk. He won't talk in front of anybody, but he's talking to the kid, telling him he's going to get you.
Yes.
He's going to get you. So if they made him even creepier, I need to check that out. So. It was actually pretty brutal in the beginning. You know, you think about this in the reality of a little kid seeing his father killed, the mother raped and then killed, and the mom had some nice boobies. So that's besides the point.
What the fuck?
She did have some nice boobies before she got killed.
Oh man.
So it's a good storyline. It's fun watch. I love I love when he grows up and he's working in the toy store. And look at the Ira, the toy store owner. It's Gary's dad from Weird Science. Who's that?
Oh yeah, with
right. That's right.
He had that funny hair, didn't he?
That's right.
Yeah,
That guy was cool. That guy was cool.
Anthony Michael Hall's dad in Weird Science. And remember when she says, "Look, I'm gonna kick your ass," and then later on, the wife's like, "I wonder where Gary is. Who's Gary? Who's this Gary person?"
Yeah, that's right. Who's Gary?
He has no memory of him anymore. Who's this Gary person? I wish you'd just shut up and stop talking about him.
Yeah, because they're getting all liquored up.
Yeah, they're having a good time on the job.
I'm like, that's the kind of job I want. Actually, well, when I worked at the movie theater back in the 80s, it kind of was like that. But that's the story for another time. When we were on a Friday or Saturday night when we closed up the theater, we'd all hang out, drink, and play Manhunt in the theater.
Yep.
Until somebody went through the front window, and then it all ended.
Oh gosh.
We had a night like that at Blockbuster with some Captain Morgan private stock. Moo.
Oh. Adios, muchachos. Good night.
It's when you see him transition and finally lose his shit, and I almost felt bad for him, and it was just so ironic that of all things, this guy's like, "Oh, you're gonna wear this Santa Claus suit." It's like, seriously, of all the goddamn things you want this poor kid to do was watch who killed his parents is Santa Claus. Yep. And the way he changes and morphs, and the whole scene in the story is really cool. When you got the Joe Pesci asshole guy that's trying to rape the one girl, and he kills
flashback.
him.
Yeah, the flashback that he has, and then he goes crazy.
And it's just, it's such a actually, and what do you call it? There's another tie-in. The woman that works in the Ira store is also the nurse in the beginning of Halloween 4.
Oh yeah, you're right.
When she's like, okay, prep him. She's taking his temperature.
Yeah, then the music plays.
Damn, look at you, Pat. I did not remember that one.
Yeah, I almost forgot. Yep, she is the nurse who screams when the guy's getting the thumb in the freaking forehead.
That's right.
So there's actually 3 references in that movie. 3 references and 3 different movies, 4, 5, and 6.
That's badass.
Look at that. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Now, help me remember. Didn't they make a Shout Factory exclusive NECA figure? That's expensive, right, Joe?
Yes, they did, and that I don't have that one, but it's expensive right now. It's in the cardboard box, much like the Frank figure.
They Frank or the Atkins Night of the Creeps one.
Yeah, it comes in that cardboard box. They do have a cloth NECA, but we'll get into that here in a minute. I have it right over here.
And where's the Stevie Wayne one? It's still back ordered. We're still waiting for it.
No shit, right? No shit.
Did you do that one? Sorry.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Damn.
No.
Sorry, Pat. Did you give your review number? Did you give your review number? I'm sorry.
What happened?
I took that thunder. Did you give your review? I didn't.
Oh no, I'll just I'll throw it out there. I think I'll probably give it a 7.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very nostalgic for me. Part of that whole group of. One of these days, I got to do a video, or we should do a video on all those movies we used to see that we had to watch because we saw them in like the video stores.
Oh yeah.
And all the ones you said, oh, I got to come back and watch that one. Oh, I definitely got to watch that one. And we could do a whole thing on VHS covers. That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, I want you to take that review, cut it in half, and double it.
And double it.
Niall Standish, Crank Anchors. Sorry.
Crank Anchors.
It's something about these period horror movies that are just they last, man. Like the Valentine's Day, you got Christmas, of course Halloween. It's perfectly made because it fits that time of the year. So it's just they're guilty pleasures, man. That's what makes these movies great. You can always watch them over and over and over.
It just sort of makes you feel like
what is it about good sex that makes me have to crap?
Oh my God, you're really prepping for Tuesday.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
That's the Pat line right there.
That is the Pat line. Oh,
I was having fun the
hey.
other night. I was sitting down and my son came home and we were hanging out and I'm like, I could go for a drink. And then I don't know, I broke out that Jim Beam apple.
Oh,
So I'm going through like, okay, what else could I take? What else could I take and throw? Yeah, so
my
it's
gosh.
going to be a lot. It's going to be a fun watch along
It's
on
gonna be
Tuesday.
Very
oh my
fun.
gosh.
So for those that don't know, we'll give our shameless plugs at the end. We'll do our once a month switch from a horror movie to a comedy, and we'll be doing a live watch along of Kingpin. And my guest will be sitting next to me, which will be my son, Joe's son. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I
My
can get
son.
my old man's here. My old man loves this movie. Maybe I can get
Oh,
him in here
dude.
just to throw
Yeah,
some
have him come and
comments
watch
on
it
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
think MB loves that movie, so I'll have her come sit on it too.
Yeah, it'll be
For
6 of
sure.
us. That'd be awesome. Everybody sit in. I
My
already
old
told
man
Derek,
won't
he
hear
said,
you
"Come in."
because he can't hear for shit. He's got hearing aids. He'll just throw some liners out there laughing with him laughing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Like, what? What'd you say? What? Oh,
Awesome. So this week, so what we do every week for those that watch religiously, we do our what did we watch?
oh
So we
shit.
can give some ideas on things that we watched that you might be interested in, and vice versa. Let us know in the chat things you watched this week that were kind of cool, and that is where we're going from here. So, what did you watch?
I love it. I'll go first. Just to get it out the way. So I don't know if I think it's on HBO Max or whatever. I ended up watching Freddy versus Jason. I remember we covered The Masks a couple episodes ago. And I was like, man, you know what? Let me watch that shit again. And it was fun. It was just, Kelly Rowland getting her nose ripped out in the dream sequence and all that. It was corny, but I had to just watch it. And I love the end scene when they fight and they face off finally. So it was a good one. And then yesterday I ended up watching Reanimator. I was in here farting around and
That's a great movie.
put on Reanimator and had a good time watching Reanimator. So those are the two movies that I watched recently. Mm-hmm.
Who's going to talk to? Who's going to listen to a talking head? Come on, get a job.
Get a job. Too damn good.
I watched They Live. It's a top 10 movie of all time for me. I will watch that. I could probably watch that once every a month or so if I wanted to. But yeah, I
Easily.
love
Easily.
They Live. Watch They Live. I also watched Magic, and I had that on the background. Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony
and
fucking Hopkins.
Great movie.
That's on Shudder, isn't it? It's on Shudder.
It might be. I had my Blu-ray out. Is it on Shudder?
Yeah, I think it's on Shudder, my friend. Yeah, cool.
When I was watching and shout out to you can say it later, I watched your episode about the Terror Tunes. I want them to make a Hopkins as the ventriloquist.
Oh,
with
dude, that would be cool, man.
Dude.
I remember, who was it that mentioned Magic? I think it was either you or Pat.
Me.
But
Pat
I
did
ended up
because of the
watching
HBO stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Because you made me go back and watch Magic, and that shit was fucking bad, dude. That was a bad.
Yeah, that
movie.
came when I first watched Halloween back in 1980. That was the movie that came on after Halloween, Magic.
Yeah,
and
I remember you mentioning it.
I was still, and we were at that point was with my cousins and my brother. We were all downstairs in my parents' living room, like sleeping bags and everything, watching the movie. And they're like, "What do you want to do now?" I said, "Well, I was terrified still from watching Halloween." And I'm like, "I ain't moving from this fucking spot. I'm gonna piss myself. I'm not even gonna leave the room to go pee." So I was so scared. So we ended up watching Magic. Yeah, great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, and Lisa, this was after, of course, the kids went to bed. I had it on in the basement here, and Lisa didn't know anything about the movie, and she's like, and anybody wants to see it, there's no spoilers here. Right? She's like, what's going to happen here? I'm like, just watch it.
God, that's my wife. What's going to happen? Shut up and watch the movie, huh?
I'm like, trust me, Mickey from Rocky's going to be on here in a minute. And then you're going to see Aunt Margaret naked. She's like, I don't need to see that.
Who doesn't?
You can't beat them, Rock.
On everybody's Christmas list.
But Pat, you know what? My parents wanted to watch something after the ball game last night, and one of my dad's favorite movies. I don't know. Have you ever seen them? Well, we talked about this, The Final Countdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about the modern day aircraft carrier thrown back into time to 1941 near Hawaii, just hours before the attack on Pearl Harbor. Kirk Douglas, freaking Martin Sheen, Catherine Ross. Oh, what a crazy movie! We watched that.
I forgot about it. Yeah. That's the movie you said that was your dad, right? He loves that movie, right?
Loves that movie because he always talks about. He saw it at the drive-in the week Rocky 2 came out. It was the second movie on the double feature.
That is awesome.
Uncle Sam. Is that the one with? That's the
I
killer
Want
Uncle Sam.
You Dead, right?
Uncle Sam
I
is Uncle Sam is yeah.
That's the killer Uncle Sam
Sam's
movie.
fun.
That's a fun movie.
It made me think. I think it's like the same production company that did Jack Frost, not the family movie, but
I wouldn't be surprised because just thinking of the way the two movies are, I could see them both
advertised.
producing the same. Yeah.
I always get the one confused with Michael Keaton. That's the good one, right?
The
good
family one, yeah.
Family one.
He's dead and turns into the snowman.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie when you're.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. It's just as good as everybody.
What I watched this week, but I guess I didn't.
How about Beetlejuice 2 getting filmed, man? Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah! I saw the Winona Ryder stills and shit. I'm like, yes, fuck yes.
Oh, and was it Jenna Ortega is going to be your daughter?
Works.
Yes,
It works.
It works.
Hey,
can
that's
see
a good fucking board game. Beetlejuice, damn it.
Oh, and what is it? Monica Bellucci is going to be Beetlejuice's wife.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
loved her from the Matrix trilogy. Which one was she in? I can't remember. She was the wife of the Merovingian. You remember that? The French guy?
Yes.
And she was wearing that super tight, like, oh my gosh. Okay.
She was in that movie Irreversible I told you about. It had the world's longest rape scene where she got the crap kicked out of her while she was getting raped.
Oh my god.
Just rough movie.
Oh no.
And
She's a great actress too, by the way. Oh.
and you do see a lot of skin in that, so it's worth seeing her. Skin. Nothing wrong with a little skin.
No, I'm just gonna put this back up to full screen. It works better that way. There we go. Sorry.
Let me see. Yeah, mine is kind of bright. Let me see. There we go.
God bless
I usually write down.
Masi coming on here. That was awesome.
That was awesome. That was so cool. I was
He's a really nice guy.
super nice guy. A lot of cool
Yeah.
stuff. That game looks awesome. I cannot wait to freaking play that.
He
That's
kept
why-
pulling shit out, and I'm like, fucking shit, yeah, don't stop. Shit.
And I'm glad he brought up.
Joe couldn't stand up. Joe, stand up. No, I can't stand up.
Yeah,
Can't go
no, you don't want me to stand. I might poke
Go
somebody.
up to the board and draw right now. No, I'll take the 0. I can't go up right now.
No. Can't get up.
I'm glad he talked about how when he was early on doing the convention stuff, that was such an early stage of this convention stuff. Like everybody was learning as they were going on that stuff, and I'm glad that he acknowledged that. That was a rough time to start something up that big, and then of course everybody's just looking at the negative, But
No, for me, if it wasn't a success, we wouldn't be where we're at today.
of course,
Joe, in terms of being fans and all that. So I'm actually appreciative for his input because it wouldn't give later fans like myself an opportunity to go to these newer conventions. So man, it's an honor to meet that guy. Super cool.
Yeah, and then that's why I threw it out there. When we play it live, bring him on. He can play it live with us.
Hell yeah.
you know what? We should look at these other two games too. And
That's why I asked if they were still available. Maybe I'll pick them up and we can play them because I love board games to begin with, and I had thought about it at the time, but something came up. I was like, I never got around again because, of course, the just got transferred to buying Halloween stuff. But I'll look into it and we'll buy them. I'll play it.
yeah. And Pat, if there's a Hollis game, Chip, we'll just have to fight over it.
Already. That's mine. Damn it. That's mine.
Can we both be Hollis?
I got dibs.
So I didn't. Oh, actually, no. I want to mention this because when I was watching My Bloody Valentine last night, it was driving me crazy because I actually had to go back and look at this because I've watched My Bloody Valentine a million times, but like the sort of crazy Ralph in it is the bartender who's warning them about don't have the party there.
Yeah.
He's Harry Warden's going to get you, and he was like sort of like the crazy Ralph.
Yeah.
And if you look at him, I kept looking at him last night. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, is he the janitor in Beetlejuice? That's the room of souls.
When he's walking them down he's walking them down and they just
looks just like the janitor. So I had to went and looked it up to see if it was him, but it wasn't him. But he looked just like him. The way he's talking and creepy. I'm like, is that the janitor from Beetlejuice? But it wasn't. So that's what I looked at last night. But I'd say this week I didn't watch too much because I was busy again. I watched last night. I watched My Bloody Valentine over again. I'm trying to think of what else was on this week that I watched. Of course, every night I put the Twilight Zone on, so it's just a given because it's on Pluto TV. Whatever's on, I want to see what episodes are on.
That's brain medicine for you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Frostbite, the Halloween 2 game is not on sale yet, but you can pre-order the first one from Trick or Treat.
Yeah,
If
Trick
I'm
or
not
Treat
mistaken.
still has pre-orders, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
so Trick or Treat
Oh,
is doing
wow.
pre-orders for the first one, but then Fright Rags is going to be doing the H2 game. It's not out yet.
Hey, what's up,
Keith,
Keith? Wow,
Great
popping
to see you,
on.
bud.
Hey,
Watches always after the fact because he works nights. What's up, man? Let's just have a
What
good
up?
night at work, but nobody has a good night at work. At work
what up,
sucks.
Big K? Big Keith in the house.
Awesome. Definitely. Yeah, go back and watch it, especially the Halloween stuff in the beginning with Anthony Masi. It's just a lot of fun. So that's really all I watched. I probably watch more stuff, but I usually write it down and I don't remember anything else because I watched a lot of shit on YouTube.
Yeah, that counts, kind of.
Watched a lot of the TSL podcast. You know, they did the Creep Show,
Yep.
Best of Creep Show. I watched that, and then they just did another one. What the hell was the other one I just watched? I watched it last night. It wasn't Creep Show. Shit, I forgot. I have to go back and look. They just did another one. I watched that last night.
They did
And,
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear. That's it. I watched the Cocaine Bear one.
Cocaine
The,
Bear's
Slo-
fun.
the Slaughtered Lambs podcast. The Slaughtered Lambs.
Yeah, looking forward to meeting those guys in person too out there on age 45.
Oh,
right.
and because you both said it when I messaged you guys last night about, or was that yesterday about the peanut butter jelly cider?
Oh,
Yeah.
Alec.
So of course, you know what I did? I sent it to Sean Clark because he said something about ciders. He is interested, so I'm like, you know what? Maybe that could be a taste test at age 45. I'm like, that might be a good spot for a taste test. He might not think he won't have time. He'll want time. Trust me. He'll be like, I need a drink.
What did he just drop a new episode of The Thing with Two Heads?
He did. Yeah.
The grave side, right?
Well, I saw the grave side with George Romero, but he
yeah.
just did a Thing with Two Heads, didn't he? I just saw it yesterday.
Just him and Chris catching up on shit.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. Maybe
I missed that. I gotta catch up on that shit. I missed that one.
Yeah, he was
busy.
Chris's balls because Chris didn't like anything he watched. Everything it sucked. He didn't like the new Evil Dead movie, which I was like, really? Wow.
Really? Wow.
I can see where somebody doesn't like it if it's not,
Oh, it's their opinion.
I know, but I mean, like compared to like the originals, like the 1 and 2, I get it, I guess. But hey, shit, I'm just happy they're still putting out shit.
Because you're right, Joe. He did not like the 2013 remake, which I haven't run into too many people that didn't like the 2013 remake. So
yeah, I like it. I like the 13 too. Damn, the third is creepy as fuck. In my opinion, I think it's creepy.
I like the 13 one.
Yeah, I think if it's probably better still than this new movie. This new movie's still good, but
yeah, no, 13 is still shit. It's cool.
We have to do a watch log of Cocaine Bear too one day because Cocaine Bear is just. That movie just made me laugh out loud.
I love the fucking the park ranger lady. She had me at the beginning.
Especially when she goes flying in the ambulance.
Oh, dude.
That's the part I had on right when my wife walked downstairs here and she saw when her face was screwed.
Okay, dude. I was laughing so hard. I was like, that. There was no better way for her to go out like that, man. There was no better way.
At the end, don't look at it. Don't look at her.
Yeah, don't. Oh man,
yeah, that's just such a funny movie. I mean, and albeit it's kind of a goofy movie, probably not the way people wanted to remember Ray Liotta, but it was funny. He was funny in it.
It makes it unique in a way, doesn't it? Though, as much as that sucks. I guess he passed away, but this being his last movie, it's kind of like I don't want to say fitting, but it's just different.
Yeah, I mean, he did still kind of play kind of like that gangster mafia. He was that bad guy role, so it was perfect role for him. I thought he did
badass hair.
Yeah, exactly.
In that badass like brown leather jacket, right? Didn't he have like a brown leather jacket?
I liked how they turned him into like a babysitter. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's over here getting on his son about not to take care of his kid. That was a good little touch. But he was still worried about his drugs. Like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so good.
Lots of fun, guys.
So we're gonna move forward. We'll do our quick collectible spotlight before we get to our top 5.
I keep jumping the gun. I'm like 5. Hey, I like that though. You highlighted some of your collectibles. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Boom,
cool.
Like creepy, weird sound effects I've done. So I chose mine specifically because I added the H3 stuff to the collection, which I showed earlier. So I thought, well, I'll highlight this. Everybody seems to get a kick out of this.
Oh shit!
Very
Halloween 3
nice.
original 35mm teaser trailer that has never even been opened. It's still in its plastic wrap.
Oh,
What the
Jesus.
fuck?
That's still never been opened.
It's still a virgin.
Let him out of the plastic and play with him. Come on, let him out.
You break that open, it's going to fall apart in pieces for all we know.
That's why I keep everything down here, and it's very controlled and cool
fucking-
down here because you don't want to, especially when it comes to film, especially the big film reels I have. You got to watch for those.
Dark places, Pat.
It's dark down here. It's always dark down here, and it's
Dark,
always
cool.
cooler.
Gonna fucking
So,
disintegrate as soon as that
it'll last
oxygen hits
forever.
it.
That's why I have blackout blinds and blackout curtains down here. It's always dark.
It's gonna be like from fucking Blade because the fucking sunlight comes out. Fucking,
Oh,
fucking
Oh, what a world! What a world!
oh, that would do it. That would do it, guys. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's
I
when you'd
saw a
see me
light.
on the next episode when it all dissolves. You see me in the next episode going like this because I'm loading my 45 to put it in my mouth.
Show your stuff. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But Joe he picked his specifically because of talking with Anthony Masi about the Silent Night Deadly Night game and our
Yes.
review.
Yeah, so as everybody knows, I'm a big NECA collector. I love the Ultimate figures, of course. I love Toonie Terrors, but my big passion are the cloth figures. So this is a cloth figure, and look at that! Look at that! Just that likeness of that character, and the packaging
looks
is
just like him.
immaculate. Super fun. So the one that Brett was talking about before, I don't have. It's either Scream Factory or Shout Factory, a limited edition, and it comes in a cardboard box, and it's that figure as well. So that one is more rare, more expensive. So I'm still on the hunt for that one, but this is the one that I have. And
Are you gonna have
You
this
know,
signed when you meet him?
yeah, that's the plan. To hopefully when we see him in Houston at the Houston Horror Film Festival, I'll get him to sign this figure. So I'm super excited to have it signed and put it on the wall.
Very nice.
Very nice. Do
Very
you have
nice.
that one,
Cool.
Brett? Do you have the
I
is it
don't-
Scream Shout or Shout Factory? Which one?
You're not. No, I would love to get that one. I wasn't going to look at it until I had an opportunity to possibly get it signed. So,
Yeah, super cool, man. I got to get that Frank figure, man. He's coming up this weekend, and I might have to expeditiously purchase the Frank figure because that damn
Go-
thing is.
Yeah, and go get yourself a purple deco paint marker that popped on mine. So,
Oh,
that
dude,
purple-
that looks so fucking good, man.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it.
yeah.
And Brett didn't send me anything, but do you have anything you want to show?
Do I have anything I want to show? You're right. I did not send you anything, did I?
You didn't send me anything. How dare you? I was waiting all day.
You were waiting all
Damn.
day.
How dare you? Hey.
Let's see what Brady whips out.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Love that scream. I love that scream at the end. Ah! The lady scream. Ah.
Yeah.
He's gonna come fucking bring something that's gonna knock our socks off, man. The hell. You
he's got
challenged
so much
him.
stuff.
Yeah, you challenged him.
Threw down the gauntlet. I said, "Come on,
Yep.
show it to us."
Shit.
Stop it!
Oh my god.
Never mind. I'm done.
Got it.
No, I only grabbed one thing. I'm sorry. I was so dang busy. We were talking about Night of the Comet. It's one of my last DVDs ever
Yes.
signed by the girls.
Yes.
Oh wow, cool.
Sorry, I
what
did not send you anything, Pat. You know, I'll be better next time.
I think this was on our list of remakes, right? Or something like that. What was our list?
Was.
Yes.
Yeah, it was on my list. Night of the Comet. Fuck yeah.
Such a fun movie.
Fucking
It's
love it, man.
Some good eye candy.
She was
and
a
lot
she
of
was a
fun.
Baywatch babe, right? The main chick.
You mean what's her
The-
name?
yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, we gonna burn, but she was also a Baywatch babe, right?
Catherine Mary Stewart? Not that I'm
Yeah,
aware of.
I
Was
think she
she?
was. I
She's
think
a
so.
Sean Clark client. I know that.
Are they both clients? His?
I don't know if the blonde is from Chopping Mall.
Do you have any Chopping Mall? Do you have the DVD signed with her? or any of them?
No, here's the thing. Like, I really wanted to get a original poster, even a reprint, and they're so expensive. Even a reprint, I'm like, dang it. Chopping Mall's a classic, though. Did we
No,
watch
she's
that
not-
as a watch along before?
I
It wasn't.
don't remember. Did we? If we didn't, we
It's
got
so
to.
much
We
fun.
have to go and do it because that's such a fun movie.
She wasn't on Baywatch. It was a different.
Thank
chick.
you. Have a nice day.
I think you know who you're thinking of. You're thinking of the girl from Christine, Alexandra Paul. I bet you.
Yes, that's who I'm talking. Yes, right. They look kind of similar. They look kind of
Yes.
similar.
She's
That's
coming
right.
to flashback for that Christine reunion, but hey, can't get those Christine people as much as I like Christine. Too much going on,
Oh,
man. Hey,
yes.
make sure you try to stop and say hello to Sean Clark, of course, next week when you're out there. I'm sure you will.
Oh, you're going to Texas
Yeah.
Frightmare next week, right?
Yeah. Hopefully we get to see him, and I'll say hello. We're gonna be there all 3 days, so we're gonna be staying up there in Dallas. So
You're that over-caffeinated fella.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Yeah, over-caffeinated fella.
So you're going all 3 days. For some reason, I thought you're only doing 2. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna drive out there Friday, early Friday, stay Friday, Saturday, and we're gonna stay Sunday, but then we're gonna drive back that evening.
Are
many
you
hours
going
is
to
it?
try to get Carpenter's autograph or not even after?
Man, honestly, probably not. Because the whole raffle thing happened, and I'm not VIP, so I'm gonna try. Like, if they're just gonna let regular people go and try to get a signature, I'll try. But if it's gonna take all day and you're gonna be in line all day, no, I'd just better luck next time. But
I think he's doing the New York Comic Con in the at the Javits place, Pat, in New York, in like late October or
no
something.
Oh, is he?
shit.
I'll have to
No
keep my eyes open
shit.
for that. My cousin always goes to that. Maybe see if I can go to this time. Well, all it depends because that's going to be post H45. So I'll be in the
People
poorhouse.
people are tripping out that he goes to these, but he doesn't go to the fucking H45 or those cons over there. People are just like,
I don't know. He's
it's really
He's
weird.
John Carpenter. That's just the way
Yeah.
it is.
He would make a killing, dude, if he went. He would fucking kill it, man.
I could say our good friend Jeremy Moorhead had his wife on the Epic Film Guys podcast, and that was
Yes.
a great show.
That I have to go check out. That's right.
Yeah, check out Rick Carpenter's in the background playing World of Warcraft when they're talking to Sandy.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Don't you like hear him
I
like
think I
hacking up
sent
a
that- I
lung?
sent you the message when he said, right? He comes from behind with like, yep, here he goes.
That's awesome.
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh.
Dude, that guy is priceless, man. That guy. Man, how many people getting up in age like him do you know playing video games, right?
I guess that's how he stays young, I guess. I mean, he's got all this free time on his hands,
Got money.
Does the occasional con and has money and shit. Just live it up.
Hey, he's been asked for H45, but I wouldn't be. Well, I don't know why you wouldn't. It's like it's in his backyard. He doesn't have to travel.
Yeah, it's right there, and he would make a killing. If he's doing it for the money, he would kill. He would kill.
I think
don't know.
because it's mainstream Halloween.
Yeah.
There will be people to get your autograph there, not just for Halloween stuff. I can guarantee you that.
Well, could you imagine how much more involved he'd be in if he actually had gotten his hands on the rights back in the day when he tried?
Pat, imagine like how different everything would be.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Things would have been
I don't know.
very,
We probably
very
wouldn't be
different.
talking here today if that was the case.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because who knows what he would have done with it, Very strange. But but since we were talking about our board games tonight, we figured our top 5 would be our top 5 board games. So let's do our top 5.
I was like this with the drums in the background.
Now this is going to be very fun. Very fun.
Mine are
See-
pretty much. There's really nothing off the wall with my list, but well, maybe some different ones. So I'll go. My number 5, which of course is in no specific issue of this because there's a million different versions of it. but so I'll just give the main version of Trivial Pursuit.
Nice.
Yes.
Love
Yes.
Trivial Pursuit. Still play it. We have a couple different versions, but there's really no standout. There's a music one I have, but that's
You
that's probably the
probably-
one that stands out.
The one that we had was the Genesis edition or the dark blue one, and then
Yeah.
there was a silver screen edition.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh,
Very
kinky.
nice game. Kinky.
Kinky.
Kinky. Getting very kinky.
Very, 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 very kinky, huh?
Fuck. That's so gross. I guess I'll go. I guess my my number 5 has to be the classic game called Scrabble. I remember playing Scrabble as a kid a lot. Every household had them. And the beautiful thing about board games, it didn't matter if you had money, rich, poor, medium. It didn't matter. Every household had probably a Scrabble game in their house, and I had fun playing growing up. So that's my number 5.
We talked when we were just shooting the shit the other night, us three, throwing out all the games anyways. We were just throwing them out, if you recall. This is the only one, after I had to research, that I remember playing a lot and I loved. Did you guys ever play Stratego? That is my number.
Oh yeah, I remember Stratego.
Capture the flag game.
Yeah.
Stratego. Wow.
Oh, lots of fun. Played this at sleepovers late at night with a lot of caffeine before the beer started kicking in.
Stratego.
Pre-beer
There
days.
was a Lord of the Rings Stratego, which I never played, which I enjoy Lord of the Rings, but I just played the regular Stratego. Lots of fun. Capture the flag style. Number 5, Stratego.
Stratego. My number
that's-
4. There's several. Same thing. It's several versions of it. Because I love music trivia, so I like. Did you ever play Songburst?
Song.
I've heard of that. I don't know if I ever played
So it's like a giant music trivia, and they usually have them by decade. They'll have like 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. They give you a line from from a song, and they give you a choice. You have to finish it. Then there's other like trivia questions, and what you do is, as you advance, you get records, and then when you get 3, you get a gold record. Then you can get platinum records, and that's how you win.
I'm looking at it, and it looks old. I don't remember this ever. But
Yeah,
you're
I
a
used to play
musician.
all-
Of course you love this. That's why, because you're a musician.
Yeah, I used to love that game. That was probably the only thing. I mean, I wasn't bad at sports in high school, but this was the thing where everybody was fighting to have me on their team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want Pat on my team.
Hell yeah. Because you want to freaking win. That's old school. That looks real old, though.
But don't I look old? Come on.
I'm just playing. I was like, damn, that shit looks old. Look at the font. Look at that.
Fun. It was actually from I think it's probably from it's a 90s. It's a 90s game.
I'm just kidding. That's too funny. My number 4, it's another mainstay. Remember, I grew up in the 90s, so a lot of these games are from the 90s, and most of the bigger names. You remember that game Trouble with the popping the number in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we used to fight over Trouble all the time as kids. Used to always fight over Trouble. It was like the game was try to get all 3 of your little pieces to the center, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Trouble for me is my number 4. Classic game.
Classic game.
Oh, wow. Number 4. Okay. Trouble. I don't remember that one as much. My number 4 is going to be Pat's not what number 5 was. It was Trivial Pursuit.
Ooh.
We played it a lot when I was younger because, or when my parents, it was like an adult game mostly, but they let me play when I had the junior cards. So I got to use the junior cards, and I got to win a few times. So it was a lot of fun when I was a little kid. But
Very nice.
yeah, Trivial Pursuit. And by the way, that's on my Santa Claus list. There's a horror movie, Trivial Pursuit. It's pretty expensive. So
Is there?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
yeah,
They have
look it up
they
on
have
Amazon,
different,
Pat.
yeah, they have different versions. They have like a small version, and then they have a big version.
My wife is down here. Songburst. Do you remember playing Songburst?
What?
Songburst.
Song first?
Yeah, that we're talking the board games. Remember we talked about the other day?
I have no.
Wow, she's never heard of that one. I just asked her
Wow.
about it.
I still have a bunch of them in our game closet too. I have the
Here, I'll
60s
show you
and
the
70s and 80s version.
That's what it looked like.
Songburst.
So yeah, Trivial Pursuit, man. Can't wait. Okay, that's what I was.
That'll
Okay.
come in handy. Are we going to do which we can talk about later? Are we still going to do horror trivia? this Thursday, since we're not doing a podcast over the weekend because it's Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, we could do
Yeah,
that.
I think we'll do a the Thursday night trivia night like we did the last time. That'll be a
we're
lot of
doing
fun.
that Thursday night. We said, right?
Yeah, do a live horror trivia. Anybody out there watching, and we'll mention a little bit more about it later.
Yeah,
But,
so we don't have to worry about it then, or because we're off on Sunday.
Yeah, because I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Holiday wouldn't be a big deal, but I'll be away all weekend. I'll be camping Friday, and I won't be back till Monday, so I won't be available. So my number 3 is actually I meant to bring it out because I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. Maybe I'll grab it when somebody's talking about it. It's called Rock Trivia. It's from the late 80s, early 90s.
God damn, you're throwing these crazy ass ones out there.
It's like all rock and such, but what's great about it's got like heavy metal stuff. It's got rock, it's got classic rock, it's got metal, it's got all sorts of cool stuff. And I'll grab it. And yeah, we play. Played the hell out of that game with my friends. I'll grab it and show it to you guys. When
not on air.
You grab it. You grab it.
Not on air. Not on air, Pat.
No.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
No.
I'm going to use that thing to death.
He'll take it down right away. We won't have to wait 48 hours this time. No, Pat will take it down.
Actually, I meant to grab out. I will go get the game. I won't keep saying dirty stuff.
You gotta be careful what you say to us.
I know because that's just the way we are.
Oh God, that's so funny, Pat.
All right, I'm gonna go get the game.
Was that his 4 or 5?
That was his 3.
That was his 3. Okay, so
you
I'm
and I
due
are
for
on our
3.
3s.
Okay. Hey, did you see the little Daisy Duke shorts he's wearing? Hey, nice legs. Hey, where is he? Where is he? Look. He pranced away. So I think I saw too much. Oh, no,
hey, child, did you see it? Did you see Pat's little baby?
Look at his Daisy Dukes.
He had little kid Daisy Dukes on.
Look. Where's he at? Oh, please. Let's see if he does a close walk by, if we can see the shorts again. I'm like, hey, where the rest of them shorts at, man?
Where's the rest of it?
I told you. Hey, Brett's making fun of your. Hey, Brett's making fun of your Daisy.
Oh,
Dukes.
Joe, don't you dare!
As I'm looking, I'm like, why do I see Yoda?
He could go back and watch.
Hey, why are you wearing them Daisy Duke shorts?
Oh, my shorts. It was hot here today. I took a shower.
Oh,
hey, be glad I got shorts on.
Hey,
I can be sitting here in my undies.
The fucking screen got fucking bright. The screen got bright from the whiteness of your legs.
Yeah, and I tan. I get real tan. But this is probably the first time the legs were out in the sun was today.
Oh, Joe, you lost me on that one, Joe.
I'm sorry.
You lost me on that one.
It's just like, I was like, oh my God.
I was like, damn, his legs are fucking white. Shit.
Yeah. No, by the end of the summer, forget it. Believe
You know
me,
what?
it won't be.
Joe, Pat and I, when we get to California, we're gonna have to go tanning together.
Oh, hell yeah.
Way.
Hey, that's why
that's going to be towards the end of the summer. I'll be tan by then.
I always wear pants. I'm fully clothed. Fuck that.
Don't fall off the chair the way you're jumping up.
So these are the Songburst ones. So I have the 70s and 80s version.
Pat, you brought up the closet of games here. This is awesome.
Damn, look at that.
And the 50s and 60s one.
Dude, you know what? Those are probably
you're a music guy.
Those are probably worth a lot of money.
And this is the rock trivia what I was telling you about.
That looks
Look at
cool.
that.
Look
Old
at that
school.
logo.
Rock
Yeah,
and roll
like
trivia from the Beatles to Bowie.
Like very Van Halen-ish.
Well, it's if you look at it, it's got. This is, of course, one of the main reasons I had to get it. It gives a bunch of different, Van Halen logo sort of, but it has all bands: Stevie Nicks, Van Halen, The Who, and of course Kiss.
Oh, that's cool.
Stones, and now it shows you this was the mid to late 80s. Rolling Stones, Men at Work.
Whoa.
The Beach Boys
Men
and the
at
Police.
Work.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys. The Beach Boys. So,
What did Joe say? What was?
I was just
Besides
thrown off
my
by
legs.
I was just thrown off by your legs.
He was about ready to say it. He's like,
You saw my legs. They said, "Ooh, silky smooth."
Fuck, man.
and then he says it, and I start rolling.
Oh, dude. I'm like, dude, check out the Daisy Dukes. Fuck.
I don't know what I'm like. I come back. I'm like, why do I see Yoda?
I'm going to tell you. I don't know why. I just grabbed Yoda out of nowhere. I had to change something there.
But
If they were cut off jeans, Pat, I would have lost.
yeah, they were jorts. They were jeans that he turned into shorts.
Jorts.
But no, my number 3 is Battleship. You sunk my Battleship.
Yeah, there's some other honorable mentions. That was definitely a Battleship. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved
Oh,
Battleship.
yeah.
It's actually me and my daughters, my oldest. That's our favorite game to play together. We get very competitive, and we don't. We do everything to win. We cheat. We do fucking use reflections. we use the reflections. We try to
You
fucking
move the ships when nobody's paying attention.
yeah. You do all that shit to fucking win. And there's no better sound than when you hear because we have the electronic version. When you hear the rocket go, and then you hear the, that is the best. You're like, yeah,
Didn't they make like a Transformers one? I think they made a couple different Battleship ones.
They made a couple different versions, yeah. But that the original electronic, that game is the best. And then you remember growing up, as kids, we used to have the little portable ones. Remember the mini ones that you would take on road trips?
The travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the best game ever for a road trip. A mini Battleship. That was my favorite memory, man, from growing up.
What was it? What was the one that had the dice? You pushed the plastic clear case in. That's how you rolled the dice. You remember that? In the travel one?
That's Trouble. That's Trouble.
That was
Yes,
Trouble, right?
that's Trouble. Yes, you're right. That's Trouble. They had a mini one for that too. Yes.
Good Lord. Well, like Anthony was saying, some games haven't aged, and this one definitely hasn't. The Game of Life, we were big Game of Life people when we were kids. We loved it. I just like putting the little pegs of the people in the car.
Yeah, that's a classic game, dude.
And I never wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be the damn lawyer. I wanted to make more money.
Like the game, and I like the cereal.
That's right.
Yes, Life cereal. So yeah, life was fun as a kid. So the Game of Life, number 3.
And my number 2 was mentioned earlier because it's one of to my top 10 movies I love to watch, but I still love the classic Clue game.
Nice.
I thought you were going to say Battleship. Nice. I thought the movie sucked.
But Clue, just still to this day, I know we have one of the real, you can get the different versions, like in the wood box, the collectible wood box version, and that's the one that we have and play with my son and my daughter. We all just love Clue. Just it's so much fun.
Man, that's funny because it didn't make my list because I absolutely suck at the game Clue. Like MB and my daughter, they're super intelligent. They know how to market right, and they know how to do all that. I can't do none of that shit. I'm just like I'm the and then they fucking guess it like within 10 minutes of like everything. And I'm like, man, fuck this game. This game sucks. Let's play some fucking.
MB loves Clue. Oh, I love Clue.
Well, and there's probably not too many. Well, there's only how many different movies that were inspired by board games. That's easily the best movie that was made from a board game.
Oh, dude,
easily.
The cast was amazing. That's one of my guilty. I think y'all say guilty pleasures of mine, man. That movie kicks ass.
Love that movie.
It's probably one of the.
One.
It's. I don't even think it's in my top 10, but I have the movie memorized. All the dialogue. My sister watched it every day for like years. No joke.
Awesome, freaking awesome. Anyways. My number 2. I think y'all know this game. Caused a lot of fights. The game Sorry. We love playing Sorry. Sorry is a classic. Y'all already know about that game. It's my number 2. Top notch. If you got it in the house, you got to play it.
Definitely.
My number 2 has been said already, and it is Battleship. That was there was some even fights with that game. Sister and I used to cheat on each other all the time.
That's right.
Damn, you cheating bastard. Damn.
Hey, I always say if you ain't cheating,
you're not watching. Someday I'll get you to watch because you're a horror movie person. So, anyways,
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's right.
Oh, look at this. Not gonna lie, I actually like the movie Battleship. Wow.
Wait, is that the one with Rihanna?
Isn't it Liam Neeson's in it?
Yeah, Rihanna's like a Navy sailor kicking ass and shit. Hell no.
You know what's funny? Probably I watched it once and I was like, you know what? There's been worse movies, but yeah, it's not something I'd watch again. But
that movie sucked. Just like I didn't like Pacific Rim. It came out along the same time. I freaking hate that movie.
Pacific Rim.
Number 1 is the same everywhere. Is number 1 the same here? This will be interesting.
Oh, we already know. But you know what? There's a little twist to it. Like, because I have a specific version in mind. So maybe let's see.
Oh, if you're saying specific version, we might be the same here for number one.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe. Let's go. Let's see.
Ooh, well,
Let's
I
see.
think we might all be on the same page with this. So let's see. My number one, the immortal classic Monopoly.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh my
Three-way
God!
tie.
Look at that!
Look at that. We had a three-way.
We all had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mine is a Monopoly, but it is inspired by the movie The Goonies.
Oh, the Goonies.
So
Oh.
The Goonies Monopoly. Yes.
I have the Chicago Cubs Monopoly.
That's awesome. But like, think about it. Like everything, like you have like Data is like the railroad tracks. So like Data's inventions.
Yep.
Then you have all the different booby traps. You know,
Yep.
all that fun stuff, dude. It's amazing.
I'd be curious. Stranger Things has one. I'd be curious how the Stranger
Yeah.
Things one is.
That would be cool too.
So who would have thought we just had our first three-way?
That's what she said.
That's awesome.
You know what? What Anthony said again. Some games don't age. We
Yeah.
got it for the kids for Christmas like 2 years ago. There's the electronic banking one. So you know what?
Yes.
That's going to be a motivation. I'm going to get that thing open and play with the kids this weekend, and we're going to give a review.
Yeah, the one that we played the most, aside from one of the original versions that I had, which over time just got beat to shit because they always fall apart, was one we got for Terrence when he was young. We got the Star Wars. It was
Is there a Star Wars one?
It was the Star Wars one, but it was Revenge of the Sith. It was one of the movies, and so we ended up that was the majority of the one we played over the time. Actually, we still have that version.
That's
the
awesome.
Star Wars one.
I think that's awesome. Anything Star Wars rocks, man. I think I can't forget. Even my neighbor said the Walking Dead Monopoly is probably fun as shit, and that's a horror inspired one. So I'd probably be.
Do they have a Walking Dead Monopoly?
Oh no, I gotta check that out. Shit,
That's actually pretty cool. I mean, I watched The Walking Dead. Walking Dead to me, I love that show, and I think I've told this before. This was something that my buddy and I watched every week, and then when he got killed in a car accident, I just didn't want to watch it anymore because it was just something we did every Sunday night together and we watched football, we watched Walking Dead, and then I just lost it for me. Not because of the story, it's just I just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I totally forgot, guys, that I had one that I should see if this could be played online or during a watch along. I got
Family
this
Feud
a couple years ago.
Oh, wow.
Feud Blockbuster.
That is cool. You know what? I was gonna mention that, but the one that had Steve Harvey was on it, but I was like, eh.
This is the electronic Monopoly Empire. We still haven't opened it.
Oh, that's cool, man. That is cool.
Electronic banking.
I think for MB, I bought her a Elf Monopoly.
They have an Elf
They made an
Monopoly,
Elf
really?
Monopoly?
There's an Elf Monopoly, yeah. So we it's still sealed up in the closet back
You
there.
know, damn it, we need a goddamn Halloween one.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We do have what's that one board game we break out every Christmas? It's we have a Festivus board game.
Oh, I'm so jelly. The Festivus for the rest of us.
It's a Festivus for the rest of us.
Now it's time to test our feats of strength.
I got the airing of grievance. I got a lot of problem with you people.
I got a lot of problems with you people.
They made a Godfather 50th anniversary. I'm looking up all the versions. There's an Always Sunny in Philadelphia Monopoly. Wow.
Really? There's a Kiss Monopoly.
There's a Queen Elizabeth II Monopoly.
There's a Kissopoly. Kiss Monopoly.
There's a Mexico-opoly. What?
I know there's the Cheaters edition. That one's fun. Like,
Oh,
Of course, you cheater. You just you love to cheat.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hey,
version.
Get out.
Hey, don't.
There's a Bob Ross Monopoly.
Oh, God.
Come
Oh.
on.
I have to. Oh shit! Tomorrow's Terrence's birthday. If I saw that, I would buy it. Terrence loves Bob Ross.
They slap Bob Ross on anything. Poor
And
fellow.
he's
the
dead
Big Bang
now.
Theory one. It's expensive. The Big Bang Theory one is.
It's got to be his wife or his somebody in his family because that guy was not hoard out when he was alive.
No.
Once he died, he's everywhere. There's a whole shelf of shit. Bob Ross and FYE every time I go in there.
Dude, a shitload of Bob Ross.
Somebody's
I'm like,
making bank on him since he
he's
died.
got NECA
They made a Law and
figures.
Order Monopoly. Jesus.
They got
Law
a
and Order?
Beetlejuice. I've seen a Beetlejuice at.
Do they?
Yeah, there's a Beetlejuice Monopoly.
Oh, Ghostbusters! I can see that. That's cheap.
I can see a Ghostbusters. That I could say.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
Disney
a
World?
there's a wrestling one too there, Brett. WWE Monopoly.
Yep, you're right. There's a Roblox one, which my kids would go bonkers. over.
There's a It from the remake. There's an It one. These are all that I've seen. Like I'm just going to all
There
these
is
different
the It
stores.
one. Yeah, the
Mhm.
Minions, Nightmare Before
Mhm.
Christmas,
Yeah.
Breaking Bad. Oh wow, Breaking Bad would
There's
be
a Breaking
awesome.
Bad one. Wow.
Scooby Doo, Target. What the hell?
Wow, I didn't
Oh,
know they made a Back to the Future one. That's probably badass.
Rick and Morty, all
There's a
that
Ted
fun shit.
Lasso Monopoly. Good God.
And they need to make like a. Never mind. Be quiet.
Why is the
Never
Back
mind.
to the Future Monopoly game $200?
$200.
Probably a rare. It's probably rare.
Does it come with Michael J. Fox?
Ooh, the Gremlins Monopoly. The Gremlins Monopoly's cool. Man.
Yeah, I would play that.
You know, there's going to be people
Maxo.
out there that would just collect them. Like we collect Halloween stuff. I guarantee there's people that just collect the Monopoly sets.
Yeah, you could get the
I would say
Goonies
that.
Monopoly pretty cheap on eBay. That's pretty cool.
Dude, that game is so fun. It just takes you back to being a kid again. That's all
Yeah,
it
the
is.
Breaking Bad one. That would be pretty damn cool.
Mhm.
So, like, if you blow up the meth lab, do you go directly to jail?
Yeah. We probably have Tuco with the Tuco, and then what's the other guy?
Oh, here's a
we got-
cheaper Back to the Future. Good. Okay, sorry.
That's
Tuco-
awesome.
Oh, no, you got to have what's his name? Jesse
Salta La
Bateman.
Macchia. Salta La
Yeah.
Macchia.
Sal, and then you got the one that got half his face blown off and he died.
Oh.
The drug dealer.
You know, when I was grabbing these two games, I forgot we have the Simpsons Game of Life.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
dude,
Springfield.
Simpsons rock, man.
Oh my
That's
God!
great.
Now I'm
Man,
looking
that was
at
a great
this stuff.
episode, guys. You guys are killing
Yes,
it.
I got
That
thrown
was-
way off, guys. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, I'm just saying.
This is just a fun night as always. And time just it's amazing. You just looking at this time just flies, and that is our top 5 board games. Let us know yours. Yeah, this will be up in a week or so as a standalone
I'll look at that
episode.
later.
Just let us know, and we'll do some shameless plugs and see where we're going from there. So tomorrow morning, since we did it last week, our top 5 horror icon draft will be up tomorrow on the channel.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
So that'll be, if you didn't see it last week, come check it out. This was a lot of fun. That'll be up tomorrow morning. This Tuesday night, I'm psyched for this.
Yes.
So this will be our monthly comedy watch along. So we will be doing the immortal classic Kingpin.
I will send you my poster pad, even though, it's not signed yet, but Randy Quaid's coming to Fan Expo Chicago, so that'll be fun.
What is it about good sex that makes me have to crap?
Oh my God.
So, and we'll have special guests too. My son will be joining us. Joe's son.
Yeah.
Probably MB, you said?
Yeah, for sure.
And Brett's going to try to coax his dad into hanging out with us. So that should be fun.
Oh, yeah. We're going to try to get the old man out here. Maybe
old
I'll
man
get
on.
Lisa likes it too, if we could get the kids to bed early.
Yeah, that'd be
Lisa
awesome.
out here.
Yeah, it's a little Sudafed in their dinner at the dinner time and knock them right out. That's all.
Yeah. Gus Fring. There you go. From fucking Breaking Bad. You're right.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Gus Fring.
Well, they did the boys Monopoly.
And
Oh,
what
God, I
else
gotta
is
stop.
what else we got going on? So after Kingpin, we got so Thursday night we'll be doing horror trivia again. Next Sunday night there will be no podcast. It's Memorial Day weekend, which usually wouldn't make a difference, but we got things to do. I'm going to be away all weekend, so we figured maybe we'll just jump on Thursday night for a live horror trivia. So everybody jump in, and we'll have a bunch of questions lined up, and we'll just shoot the shit and make it like a free for all episode where we can just hang out with some horror fans, do some trivia, and just see what comes of it.
You know what, Pat? I'll buy the second volume because that was in stock, so I'll get the second volume too. So
I'm going to do some homework on this. I'll get a bunch of cool questions going, and we'll see where we go from there. Just basically a free for all episode. See where we go. Hang out for a bit, have a couple of drinks, and just bullshit with each other, and then everybody just enjoy a nice long weekend. Hopefully, everybody's got a nice long weekend planned. Hopefully, the weather's nice. I'll be camping all weekend, so I'm hoping the weather's nice. What else we got going on? This, I think I'm dropping on Wednesday morning. My favorite kill from each Friday the 13th movie is
Nice.
good to go. Whoa, what is it? What do you got there, Joe? Put that back up.
Popopoly.
Opoly.
Sorry, I didn't mean
Oh
to
my
cut you off
God. No, I that's ridiculous. So that'll be, I think Wednesday I'll probably drop that. That's all done. It's in the can, as they say. And then what else we got? And then not this week, but the following Wednesday, we'll start the Halloween 3 movie book club. And this time we're going to do chapters 1 through 4 and the prologue, not 1 through 5, because there's actually 13. This is the way we should have split up for each two. There's 13 chapters, prologue, epilogue. So if you split it up into 3, it works out to be 5 anyway.
Perfect.
So we do chapters 1 through 4 and the prologue. So those have never, and there's some really cool differences in this book from what I remember to the actual film. So if you guys had fun with the first two, where we did Halloween, and then we just finished Halloween 2 last week. Now we're doing Halloween 3.
Let's do it.
And I was actually thinking maybe when we do the H4, whatchamacallit, book club, reaching out to Nicholas Grabowski, the author, maybe see if we can get him on.
Absolutely.
That'd be badass. That'd be
Absolutely. Ask him which version is the best.
Yeah, because it was funny because when I put it up, I think today when I put up the thing about tonight on Instagram, and he liked a bunch of stuff. I saw Nicholas Grabowski like this. I was like, oh, maybe I'll reach out to him when we do the book and see if we get him on. He could talk about the book.
Absolutely.
That would be cool.
Yep, that would be a lot of fun. We should reach out because I believe Curtis Richards is still alive. I believe Jack Martin's still alive. I'd have to check, but I don't remember if they're all still alive. And when we're done with them, we can just have them on and say, hey, we did the book club, ask them about the writing of it, all that kind of shite.
That'd be very nice.
All that shite, all that happy horse shit.
Very nice.
So anybody watching either now, later, after the fact, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your pets. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel.
Hey,
all that happy horse shit.
How about Joe, your Moody's Mind episode with the terror tunes? I didn't get to finish it. But
yeah.
Dude, just because so many cool figures in that line. So
yeah, it's a very popular brand. It's very low maintenance, low cost. But they're super fun. They're if you're a collector and you just get into them, man, you just have fun waiting for that next wave to come. So once you get rolling,
absolutely,
they're fun and they're cost effective. They're not going to break the bank.
They are affordable.
Yeah, they're like $15. As you wait, they get a little bit more expensive. These resellers, of course, but man, we got them and they're just fun. Why not? It keeps the juices flowing when you're collecting. It's just fun.
They got to make a Cochrane from H3.
Yeah, something. They did come out with that H3 3-pack, which I love. I love the box set.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Packaging is really good on that. I was much bigger than I thought the packaging was going to be. Where they put them all together, I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Dude, it's just they just keep getting better with them, and then of course they just announced that they're gonna have the Spalding figure, and then the Saw figures, fucking Billy the Puppet. Like, come on, man! Like, you gotta have that stuff. It's so cool.
Yeah, and go check out Moody's Mind. All the links are in the description here, so go hit him up, him and the lovely MB. I'm so glad you guys did that last night because wife went to bed. I was bored. I had nothing going on. Then I saw that you guys were doing a stream. I was like, oh, good. Something to hang out. So
I should have
known.
A
drink, a cigar, and watched it.
I should have told you. I was at the neighbor's backyard or in his garage, and then Lisa came to get me. She's like, "Where the hell are you?" I was like,
"I'm surprised you didn't hit me up drunk last night."
Didn't really drink as much last night, but yeah.
I was just sipping some Jim Beam, and I was a good boy. Just had a couple of them, sipped it very easily. I had a nice cigar. The weather was decent last night.
Damn right, it was decent.
Very nice.
Darn right it was. So that's it. Everybody hit us up. Do all that shit. Everything's in the links of this video. All that happy crapola. We will be back on Tuesday night at 9 Eastern, 8 Central for our comedy watch along of Kingpin. Don't miss that. That is going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a pisser. So gonna make sure we have some good alcohol for that. And I can actually sit here and have a drink with my son because he'll be 21 tomorrow.
That's amazing. Happy birthday to that guy, man.
That's never happened before, Pat.
Not legally.
Not legally.
Not legally. So tomorrow we're taking him out to dinner. We're taking him out to dinner and
happy birthday early.
So have a drink or two with the boy. And man, do I feel fucking old. I remember turning 21 and I can't believe my son's 21. Holy crap.
That's crazy.
Damn.
What a birthday.
So we're gonna have a lot of fun on Tuesday night. Kingpin, make sure everybody comes back, watch all the other shit on the channel, go check out Joe's channel, be sure. It's a lot of fun. And that's basically it. You guys got anything before we call it a night?
No, I just got to say, man, I had a lot of fun. Today's episode was really kick
Thank
ass,
you
man.
to Anthony Masi.
Yes.
Super special. Thank you. He was
So cool.
awesome.
So cool.
So
Yeah.
if you guys are catching this now and you're interested in that Halloween 2 game, you got to go back and watch the beginning of this episode because he gave us a lot of information and showed us a lot of cool shit about it. A lot. Much more than I thought he was going to, which was awesome.
Showed a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested in the H2 game, go back, rewind this and check it out. You're really going to get a kick out of it. So that was super cool of him. We'll have him back on.
Yeah.
I'll be going to reach out to him. I'm going to send, actually, as soon as I get off, I want to send him a thank you for coming on. And I guess that's it. So we'll see everybody on Tuesday. You guys jumping right off? Are you guys hanging for a minute?
I could just say a quick word after we're off. I got to get upstairs, but yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So everybody, we're going to say a quick word to each other, give each, pat each other on the backs, give each other a surprise finger in the butt.
Yeah.
And then that's it. So we'll see everybody on Tuesday night.
All right. Bye, everybody.